What is going on, Headliner Nation? Week 10 fantasy football live show time. And I'm not going to sit here and lie to everybody. Not feeling 100%, but you know what? The show must go on, Kyle. We have some fantasy football to talk about here for the next hour and a half to 2 hours. How we doing?
It feels good to be back. I missed you all last week,
Yes.
and now I'm here again.
And now you are back.
I've returned.
And in case people are throwing off a little bit, Kyle is in a different situation there. I mean, you're back. It looks different.
Mm-hmm. A little bit.
It looks similar, but it looks like you're surrounded by it now.
Yeah, I did a little bit of changing to the studio. I moved some things around, flipped the desk and everything, and redid some of the monitors and stuff behind me. So I'm feeling cozy in here now.
I mean, yeah, you got yourself a nice little man cave going on there right now, but the chat is already going crazy. We got 300 people watching. We'll give them a few minutes here to get in. We're going to get right into some fantasy football content. We do have some things to pay attention to tonight, though, right? We have some injuries that have been popped up here recently that's going to affect. We have some weather that we really need to pay attention to. There's a couple games, Jacksonville, Green Bay, 47% chance of rain there with some wind. That's going to limit the upside possibly in the passing game there. What about Houston and Cleveland? Same thing. It's got a 54% chance of rain and some wind there. Also, got wind in Cincinnati against Pittsburgh. We got rain. Baltimore and New England, only 37% chance. But these are all things that we really need to pay attention to because these are the little things that really can make a difference in a ball game, at least in the passing game, right? I said it in a show earlier this week where I said, 25 mile an hour is like my cutoff, right? If it's below that, I'm okay because it's not really going to affect the short passing game. But if it gets over that, we could have some serious issues.
Yeah, and that's something I've been keeping an eye on. And somebody asked on Patreon today too, like what my thoughts were about like the weather and everything. And I was like, honestly, like I'm going to keep an eye on it throughout the day, but I don't like making these calls until the night before or the morning of because things can change so much. I mean, people all week have been saying, Will Fuller's your must start, but the weather's going to be crap. But there's been so many times in the past where we've, heard Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, the weather is going to be awful for the coming week, and it ends up being just fine in fantasy performance. So it's something where you really have to keep an eye on leading into game time, and then we kind of go from there.
Yeah, 100%. Absolutely. All right, well, do us a favor. Hit the like button. We're going to dive into some fantasy football questions. We're going to set it a little higher. We got 800 likes to let it flow, and if I can let it flow with the sickness that I got going on, it's going to be impressive. I'll do the best that I possibly can. But, Kyle, let's go ahead and head over here. The Headliner Club is already going crazy, just so you guys know. 100% transparency. It's what we do over here. I had to slow the chat down a little bit. You're only limited to one question every 60 seconds. There's been some issues on YouTube with spamming, and I'm not going to sit here and have it filled with a bunch of garbage. So we had to slow it down. We got some moderators in the chat to help out. So just so you guys, if you see it, you're aware of it, you can't be going question after question, going crazy with it. But outside of that, we're looking forward to talking some football here.
Absolutely. A little bit different for me tonight too, because my third screen is now up above me. Yeah. So instead of just being able to go like this, I have to kind of look up a little bit.
No, so now it looks like you're like the thinking man or whatever it is.
Yeah, I like it though, because it's not like right in my face. So it's not like blinding me.
Perfect.
I kind of like
it. It's not good if it's right in your face.
Anyway, let's go ahead and start with some questions. Robert wants to know, in a 10-team PPR, I need 2 running backs and 1 flex. My choices are Nick Chubb, Kareem Hunt, Mike Davis, Tyler Lockett, and Chris Godwin. Well, Nick Chubb is back, Jake, and we are putting our Chubb into every lineup possible. Wait, what?
We're just flinging Chubb everywhere, Kyle. Yeah, it doesn't matter. If you have a spot to throw Chubb, we're throwing it in there because
if you have Chubb, you are showing everybody this week.
Exactly. There's no shame in the Chubb at all this week. Heck, to be honest, I really don't hate starting both Chubb and Hunt again. Kareem Hunt is a bona fide solid flex play. He actually fits better in the role he has with Nick Chubb there than he maybe did without Nick Chubb. So I'm not against playing either one of these guys or both of them, especially when we're talking about potential weather issues. More short passing game with Kareem Hunt, Nick Chubb between the tackles. I don't hate that whatsoever. So for the 2 running backs in the flex, I'd probably stick with Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt and go double Brownie personally.
And then for the other, so we can do 2 running backs and a flex. So we can put in Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt. Are we going to flex another running back? Do we flex Tyler Lockett and play those 2 in the running back position?
I mean, Is it just me that I'm just worried about Lockett and Godwin? They're either going to score you 30 or they're going to score you like 3, and that's about it. That's what worries me.
The one
I mean,
thing, too, I found out earlier today about the Seahawks, Jalen Ramsey is not going to be covering DK Metcalf. Now, why they're doing that, I don't know. That seems absolutely ridiculous to me. But Jalen Ramsey's not going to be on DK Metcalf this week. So if Tyler Lockett plays in the slot, that means David Moore is going to have Jalen Ramsey, which doesn't make a whole lot of sense. So to me, if Tyler Lockett's in the slot, that's great. That's an epic opportunity for him this week to have one of those huge games. But if for some reason they continue to play him on the outside, then at that point he will get Jalen Ramsey. So he's a little bit more boom or bust for me this week. However, I will go with him because he's only competing with DK Metcalf for targets. Chris Godwin's competing with several people for targets.
Yeah, and Mike Davis kind of lost that safety. Even over the last few weeks before Christian McCaffrey came back last week, the receptions weren't there, and without the receptions, he doesn't have a ceiling. It makes him a little bit more risky. I'd say if you want to play it super safe, you go with Chubb, Hunt, and Davis. If you want to gamble a little bit and shoot for the higher ceiling, you go Chubb, Hunt, and Lockett.
Going up next to Joseph Prairie. Hey, guys, 2 PPR starts. Hey, boys, 2 PPR starts. Ben Goff and Lock Baker Staff. Okay, so we have to choose between Big Ben and Goff. That's number one.
Give me Goff. Goff's playing Seattle. If they play Seattle, give me that quarterback.
And then Lock Baker or Stafford.
Right now, I mean, I thought Baker was going to be a little bit safer in that matchup, but with the weather concerns, I'm going to have to pivot and go towards Drew Lock going up against Las Vegas.
I'm feeling those answers right there. Leo Benjamin with the 10 bomb. Appreciate you. What's up, guys? In a full PPR, it's the same thing each week. Picking the third wide receiver. Already has A-Rob and McLaurin as the 1 and 2. We need to pick between Jefferson, Kirk, Parker, Claypool, or AB. I don't know. I think Parker's the safest person on this list. What do you think?
Do you remember last year? I'm sure you do, because it's kind of like what we do. As soon as Preston Williams went down last year, Devontae Parker just took over. Well, Preston Williams is down again right now, which means more targets going the way of Devontae Parker. I have to agree. I think that could be a shootout there for Miami. I mean, we know that Tua can move the ball down the field. Give me Devontae Parker.
Yeah, so I definitely think Devontae Parker is the safest. The most upside to me personally is probably Jefferson or Kirk. And then Kirk's probably maybe a little bit safer than Jefferson, but I would probably go Jefferson, Parker, Jefferson, Kirk in this.
Perfect.
Johnny Bravo, John Brown or Philip Lindsay in a half PPR. You like yourself some Lindsay this week.
I do. And I mean, I hope it's just not gas that I'm feeling. And I hope it's that gut feeling that it tells me that it's Philip Lindsay week. I said it was bold in my video. I knew it's a bold week, but I just love the potential matchup for Philip Lindsay in a game that's probably going to be closer. They're going to be able to run a little bit more, may not have to rely on the pass catching back, which has been Melvin Gordon as of late. I like Philip Lindsay. I think he's safer this week, but John Brown in a revenge game against Arizona, against 2 offenses that are super explosive, I think Lindsay's the safe play, but if you want to gamble for the higher ceiling, I don't mind John Brown.
Paul DePena, flex Ayuk or Rojo. That's Ayuk for me, 100%.
Yeah, give me some Brandon Ayuk.
Joseph Prairie with another question. Also, PPR wide receiver 2, Kirk, Landry, and AB. With the wins now being a factor, now that we've gotten later in the week, to me, I probably end up going with Kirk over Landry for a little bit more upside this week.
Yeah, and plus Kirk is shown to be very productive and has the volume and the attention of Kyler Murray. He's got the underneath routes, he's got the deep balls. That I shouldn't have said that on the internet, but he's definitely somebody who I believe out of those options is the safest with still a solid ceiling.
And then in the flex, are we doing Mark Davis or Lindsay?
Maybe Mike Davis. You said Mark Davis. I mean, he sounds like the dude that cuts my grass. But Mike Davis or Philip Lindsay, personally, I think it's a gamble. It's my gut feeling. I'm going with Lindsay.
Ooh, going with the gut. Sometimes it's a good thing.
My gut.
Sometimes it's a bad thing. Like when you feel just a little pain in your gut and you try to push out, and then all of a sudden, got it.
Yep. Yeah. Bad news.
Don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, just keep in mind we are going through we're going through super chats as quickly as possible. So if you leave one Okay, we will get to all of them. Do not worry. 100-yard podcast. Pick 2 in a full PPR. Duke Johnson, Thielen, or Higgins. Jake, if anybody asks me a question about Duke Johnson this week, I'm saying yes. You could say Duke Johnson or, I don't know, DeAndre Hopkins in the flex. I'm going to say Duke Johnson. So just everyone realize that. I don't care about your fantasy team. I just want to play Duke Johnson as much as I absolutely can. I've been waiting for this for so long.
So my Philip Lindsay is your Duke Johnson.
God, Duke Johnson is going to be top 12 this week. He's going to have 100 total yards, like 2 touchdowns. You're going to see the glory that is Duke Johnson Esquire.
Wow. I don't feel quite as high on Duke Johnson. Now that we know that there's no David Johnson for a few weeks, though, I mean, at least we know that he's going to have an opportunity at a larger role continually. If I had to pick 2 of those guys in a full PPR, it's going to be Duke Johnson. And then it's between Thielen and Higgins. I don't know if this is Rashard Higgins or T. Higgins is a problem. But honestly, I'm probably going to choose to go with Adam Thielen anyway and go with Johnson and Thielen.
I'm going to go with Johnson and Higgins.
Which Higgins is it? What if it's Rashard Higgins?
Oh, I was just assuming T, but that's a good question.
I don't know the Higgins.
Higgins, yes. If it's Rashard Higgins, no, I wouldn't.
I got to know the Higgins.
Okay. Somebody asked, who is it? Nick Z wants to know who should be the MVP this year.
Kyler Murray.
Kyler. I started chanting that in my video this week too.
We talked about that this offseason too, about how Kyler Murray had the potential to be an NFL MVP this year. And now we're seeing what Lamar Jackson would look like if he could throw the ball. It's Kyler Murray.
God, I tell you what, if Duke Johnson has an amazing performance tomorrow, I'm not going to be able to wear sweatpants for a week.
Wow. You still haven't forgot about Duke Johnson.
God. Oh. Sorry. Moving on to Llama 271 in a full PPR. Ayuk, Bernard, Jared McKinnon, Chase Claypool. Pick 1 for the flex. I need a win this week. Llama, let's help you get this. In a full PPR, Jake, I think Ayuk is the safest, even with Bernard being the one like probably getting a majority of the touches. Did you just get a text like telling you to get me off camera because I'm
No.
You looked down and shook your head?
I'm looking down at my schedule to look at everybody's matchups that they all had to make sure I had them right. And it's hard for Gio Bernard to know that there's no Joe Mixon, but going up against Pittsburgh isn't exactly ideal. I would definitely choose Ayuk over McKinnon. And Claypool is a total boomer bust as long as Deontay Johnson is healthy, which as of right now he is. So I think Ayuk probably is the safest one there.
Andre Metzger, I need 1 flex. Gallman, Justin Jefferson, Rager, or DJ Dallas. And do I trade J-Rob and Chark for Eckler and Juju in a 16-team league already in the playoffs? Okay, so for that trade, I want to answer real quick because I had James Robinson as a trade candidate in my video last week. That trade, though, I would say yes if Eckler was already back. It looks like he's going to be back soon. We are headed that way, okay? With that being said, though, I gotta have the J-Rob and Chark side still right now. It's Eckler and Juju if Eckler is healthy. I can't make that trade knowing that Eckler is still probably a couple of weeks off.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people freaked out. We talked about in the injury episode how they saw that was it was an Instagram post or whatever it was from Austin Eckler out there, and he was running, which is great to see. But dude was running at like 50%, and this is just normal progression. He's got probably at least another 2 weeks left before he's on the field. So personally, I would hold off too, even though you're in the playoffs. You don't want to trade for somebody who, what if he has a setback in the next 2 weeks and he misses even more time? And it's not like Juju's some consistent producer every week anyway. Mm-hmm. For the other question, the 1 flex spot between Gallman, Jefferson, Rager, and Dallas. Oh, man.
Dallas is probably the safest bet with no Carson and no Hyde. I mean, the dude's been basically a lock for goal line touches the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, and you'll sprinkle in a little homer for the pass catching role. Mm-hmm. I know we like Jalen Rager. Is it something we want to start this week with Alshon coming back and Miles Sanders coming back and a healthy Dallas Goedert? We're trying to hold off there.
Oh my
Jefferson's
God, but
been
Rager
hit or
in the
miss.
Slot with those guys getting the top cornerbacks on the outside. Oh.
Maybe next week. Maybe next week, Kyle.
I do have him as a start this week.
I don't hate it. I mean, Wayne Gallman may be the safest bet. I hate to say that, though. I mean, he may have the safest floor. If it's my team personally, I'm probably going towards DJ Dallas and just hoping for the touchdown upside.
Yeah, that's the same thing that I'm going to there. So, that took us long enough to get through that one. Don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, at 800 likes, we're going to let it flow. So if you want us to let it flow, hit that like button. We get to 800, we're going to do that. Number 2, in the super chats, we're getting through them as quickly as possible. Okay, so if you leave a super chat, stick around. We will get to it. But we've already got a bunch coming in, so you got to give us a little bit of time. FF Beast, flex spot and a full PPR, Gio Bernard or AB. I got to go Gio there. Probably the safest bet.
Yeah. I mean, until we actually see Antonio Brown, being a larger part of that offense, it's just too much of a gamble on a weekly basis. He's reliant on a touchdown. So, yeah, give me Gio.
Isaac Choi, half PPR, 2 wide receivers, 2 running backs, 1 flex. We're going with Mike Davis, Chubb, Fournette, Dobbins, Kupp, McLaurin, B. Cooks. Whoo! Okay, so we need to pick 2 wide receivers. Let's start there. So Kupp, McLaurin, and Cooks. That's Kupp and McLaurin easy for me.
Yep, agreed.
2 running backs, Davis, Chubb, Fournette, and Dobbins. Well, Chubb 100%. So who are we going with the other one? I'm leaning Davis.
Yeah, I think Davis probably has as I say, it's PPR. Yeah, half PPR. I think Davis probably the next safest play there. So Chubb and Davis, Kupp and McLaurin.
So then are we flexing Fournette, Dobbins, or Cooks? I'm going to flex Cooks probably.
I love the matchup for Cooks. It just depends on that weather. Because if it's a deep ball, he's highly dependent on the deep ball in that offense. I think he's probably worth the gamble. Fournette may be a little bit safer, give you that safer 8-point floor or whatever. But if you're trying to win the matchup and hit the higher ceiling, it's Brandon Cooks still.
And then just wondering, do you think Gio and Nall are going to do well? I think the upside for Gio is a little bit lower than what we've seen the last couple of weeks, and Nall may or may not even get very many touches. So, the hope is that yes, he will do well, but they've used Cordarrelle Patterson in that running back position quite frequently this year. So you could see a lot of back and forth, or heck, maybe you see some 5 wide receiver sets this week. Maybe you see them splitting some more guys out, doing some more 3 wide receivers and 2 tight end type of format. So you just have to wait and see what happens with that.
Yeah, it's not a great running game no matter what. So not overly excited for Nall.
Bernardo Rivera, Dobbins or Swift this week? Mark Ingram, is he in or out?
And Mark Ingram is currently questionable to play. He practiced Wednesday, then sat Thursday, practiced Friday. So, I mean, that's all over the place.
Right now I'll lean Swift barely, but don't expect much out of either of these guys. If Ingram is out, then I'll go Dobbins.
I don't mind Swift as much, being that there's no Kenny Golladay and TJ Hawkinson's dealing with a toe issue. It doesn't sound like it's going to keep him out, really, but as long as he's good to go, I think DeAndre Swift is probably who I would choose as of right now.
Stephen Drakes, would you start Mooney this week on a full PPR? And I need 2 and a flex. So am I starting Mooney this week? Yeah, I'll start Mooney this week. I have him listed as a start in my show. It's a good matchup for him. I definitely would have him in my lineup if I own him and don't have options with better upside. And then it says I need 2, but it doesn't list a position and a flex. But I see Kirk, Judy, Ballage, and Moss. So I'm going to assume. Oh, I don't know.
Let's just rank them. How about that?
Okay.
So we go. What if we go?
I'm going Kirk.
Yep, Kirk first.
Judy.
Ballage.
If it's any
Moss.
type of a PPR format, I'll go Ballage over Moss.
Yeah, by a hair. I mean, the rebirth of Ballage in Los Angeles is a real thing because he's not tied to Adam Gase anymore. What?
Is that Vicks?
Vicks?
What is that?
No, it's a lid to my water bottle. I pounded some emergency before the show, and it's my lid to the water bottle.
The way you were holding it, I thought you scooped something out of it, so I thought
I was waiting. I'm waiting to put it in my nostrils when nobody's looking.
I thought you were gonna wipe it under your eye.
Yeah, maybe before bed.
I was like, what are you doing there? Kyle Martin wants to know, do I drop DJ Moore in a 10-man 4-bench league? Kyle, it's going to depend on the rest of your roster. As of right now, I'm a little hesitant to drop DJ Moore. Yes, he's been inconsistent. Yes, he's been frustrating, but we all know where the upside is with him. I'd hate to leave that sitting out on waivers too long.
Yeah, with a 4-bench league, get a bigger bench. Especially in a year like this, there's probably a lot of options in a 10-team league with only 4 guys on the bench. There's probably a lot of options out there. I mean, are you going to get something any better than what you have? Is there something super safe, or are you just going to be picking up somebody else who's just as much as a weekly risk? That's just how you have to, look at it.
Yeah, if you're not going to be picking up someone that's safer than him, it probably doesn't do you a whole lot of good. Frankie with the 10 bomb. Appreciate you, Frankie. I need a bailout. 3 receivers and full PPR. Cooks, Fulgham, DJ Moore, Charknado, or Juju. So for that right there, I'm definitely going Chark. I'm definitely going Juju. So then it's over Cooks, Fulgham, DJ Moore. I have Fulgham as a sit this week. I think he's going to get cornerback 1 coverage. And the last time that happened, he only caught 5 of 11 targets for 70 yards against James Bradbury. I think he's still going to get Bradbury this week, and he's not going to have targets forced to him because he's got Jalen Reagor back and healthy. He's got Alshon Jeffrey back and healthy. He's got Dallas Goedert back and healthy. The last time that they played the Giants, none of those guys were playing.
You're not going Fulgham is what you're saying.
I'm not going Fulgham. I just wanted to make sure. I got lit up in the comments about that in my rankings and start sit video. I didn't realize people were so passionate about him. But yeah. I don't like the matchup now that there's more people there because he doesn't have to have the ball forced to him like last matchup.
Yep. So who's your third then? You got Chark, Juju, and DJ Moore or Brandon Cooks?
I as of right now, I'm going to go Cooks unless we get to tomorrow at kickoff. If the weather is really that bad, I would put DJ Moore in instead.
Yeah, he may be slightly safer if the weather's a concern. And he says also, which running back does he start there? Ballage, Pope, or Nall?
Oh, yeah. Ballage for me. I think he's probably the safest of them.
How 2020 is it that Kalen Ballage is a starting option in week 10 of fantasy football? Like, that's like one of the most 2020 things yet.
100%. What do you think? What are your thoughts on Pope?
I like Pope. I think Pope is like an imitation Eckler. It's just hard to want to go out there and trust it again. What kind of role does Joshua Kelly have in this offense now? I mean, they've brought up and down Kalen Ballage for 2 weeks, so it's obvious they don't trust him a whole lot. Pope missed some time. I think he's involved, but he is going to be so volume dependent in the passing game that if he doesn't go out there and get 6 to 8 receptions, he's not going to be very viable. So I just think he's a little bit of a risk.
Yeah, I agree. He says, sorry to be so needy and thanks for all you do. No, Frankie, you're not needy, man. This is what we're here for.
Yes.
Your needs fulfill us.
Yes.
That was kind of weird. Lucas Endell, should I trade Waller and Mike Davis for Hockenson and Chris Carson? No. Waller is much safer than Hockenson.
Mm-hmm.
Because Golladay could potentially be back next week. If not next week, then the week after that is what that sounds like. Chris Carson is still hurt right now. So for Mike Davis, yeah, you've probably only got 1 more week with him. But I wouldn't trade Waller for Hockenson and Chris Carson. That's how bad the tight end position is this year. You've got a guy that you know what you're getting every single time out with Waller. That's hard to get rid of.
Yeah. No, I mean, the only way I even remotely think about it is if I'm like undefeated and locked a playoff spot already and I could have Chris Carson for the playoffs. Mm-hmm. Outside of that, you're taking a gamble because you just don't know, A, when you're going to get him back, and is he going to be 100% when he does come back?
Maybe with them, they're like, hey, we're gonna split this workload the rest of the year so we can have Chris Carson healthy for the playoffs.
Exactly.
For their playoffs.
Yep.
And then also Hooper or Andrews for the rest of the season. Andrews is going to have more upside than Hooper every single week, but Hooper is probably going to be safe for the rest of the season, which is not something I thought I would say 10 weeks ago.
No way. I mean, Lamar Jackson's passing inefficiency has killed Mark Andrews, which is crazy to even think about, but it's too boom or bust. And as much as Hooper isn't the answer either. Like you said, I think he's just a little bit safer rest of season. But for Mark Andrews, I just hold him and just cross my fingers.
And just to reiterate something real quick, because I see a couple of people in the comments, about Hawkinson and him being solid. Hawkinson is solid when there's no Kenny Golladay. When Kenny Golladay plays, Hawkinson at that point takes a back seat to not only Kenny Golladay, but it depends on Marvin Jones's matchup for that week. It depends on if Danny Amendola is getting open out there in the middle of the field. So, I mean, look at the numbers. With Kenny Golladay, Hawkinson becomes very, very touchdown dependent because the volume goes down quite a bit. So that's why I'm taking Waller. Give me the guy in Waller. Whew, just absolutely killing it every single week. Yes, my camera is at a different angle now, people. You get to see the left side of my face instead of the right.
Yeah, they're like, wait a second, we saw the right side for like 2 years. I'm also seeing some questions out there too in the club, Kyle. They want to know if it's PS5 or Xbox, which is better.
Is it Duke Johnson related?
No.
I'm a PS5 guy, always.
That's right.
I'll always go PlayStation. I'm Sony all the way.
That's right.
Lucas Endo, we got you. Corvette Foster 40. What's going on? CF40. That's what I'm going to call him from now on. I'm going to shorten that up. Hey, guys. PPR. Need 1 running backs and 2 flex. Gio Dobbins, Melvin Gordon, and Edmonds. Yeah. Gio Dobbins, Melvin Gordon, and Edmonds. 1 running back.
Just 1?
Yes.
Son of a... Give me Chase Edmonds and cross your fingers.
Mm-hmm. If you want to guarantee yourself some touches, then go with Gio. But how many touches? Or not how many touches, but how good will he be with those touches? So,
yeah.
And then we need to pick 2 flex. So if Edmonds is our running back, then we have Gio Dobbins, Melvin Gordon, T. Higgins, Tim Patrick, Jacoby Myers, and Jalen Reagor. I'm getting T. Higgins in there. And then after that, it comes down to Reagor and Gio for me.
No love for Melvin at all as a second flex?
I mean, I don't hate it, but if you like Phillip Lindsay as much as you do this week, I'm declined to say that if I've got higher tier options or higher upside options, I'm going to go with them over Melvin Gordon.
I would say that I think that Dobbins probably has a higher upside going up with potentially no Mark Ingram, but I mean, his status changes every 5 minutes anyway. But New England's been very vulnerable on the ground, so Dobbins may be the higher upside. The safer floor maybe still be Gordon.
If you disagree with me, you're stupid. Deontay, Thielen, or AB. If I'm only picking one, it's Deontay Johnson for me.
Yep, for me too.
Goddard or Andrews in a full PPR. I've got Goddard higher than Andrews this week.
Agreed. Give me Dallas Goedert.
Go there. Matt Mason, what's up, guys? What's going on, Matt? I need a wide receiver and a flex. Mike Williams, Chark, Edmonds, Drake, Fulgham, or Parker in a PPR. I'm going with Chark and Parker here. I think those are your safest options.
Chark and Parker sounds good. Sounds like a Ben & Jerry's flavor of ice cream.
Chark and Parker.
Chark and Parker.
Robert Williams. Hey, Jake and the swag man. Hope all is well. Flex Fournette, Mooney, Bernard in a full PPR. Mooney's got the highest upside here.
I was actually going to say Mooney. I mean, the guy's going to get targets. Now there's no David Montgomery in the backfield. Are they just going to rely on the passing game against Minnesota Monday Night Football? Nick Foles has been playing better as of late. If he can connect on a couple of these targets, I mean, the guy is getting open. Foles is just barely missing him. I don't dislike Mooney at all in a full PPR.
Astro Joe's 9-0. Appreciate you guys. Awesome to hear, Astros. Godwin, Evans, Hawkinson, and Andrews on my roster. Should I trade 2 and get one big piece? If so, which 2 and what could I get? Well, Astro, these are always really difficult questions to answer because we don't know what your league looks like. We don't know what the rest of your roster looks like. We don't know other rosters within the league. We don't know scoring. None of that. That makes that very difficult. Now, here's the thing. You are 9-0. Okay. So don't do anything too crazy. Okay. But you can afford to take a little bit of a risk probably. For me, I'm probably going to try and trade like Evans and Andrews for one piece. Go to a tight end needy team, trade Evans and Andrews to them and try to get yourself a decent wide receiver in return. That's what I would say.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I'm not opposed to trading any one of the 3 you listed there or 4 you listed there by all means. Now, just don't overpay. But yeah, definitely a 2 for 1 there. You definitely land a super solid running back wide receiver if that's what you need.
Don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to let it flow at 800 likes. So all 1,174 of you, I want you to hit the like button in the next 30 seconds. I'm going to time you, all right? Headliner Nation, get ready. Hit the like button. I'm going to time you for 30 seconds. Ready, set, go. Hit that like button. Elvis Cardona, start 2 and flex 1. Diggs, Jefferson, Deontay Higgins, Thielen, or Samuel. So we're picking 3 here. Diggs for sure.
Yep.
Higgins and Deontay Johnson for me. I'm not a fan of Thielen this week.
Okay, so Diggs, Deontay. Man, Curtis Samuel's been so safe in that Carolina offense lately. And with no Christian McCaffrey, you know he's going to get looks in the backfield and in the slot. I think he's a safer play than the rest of them in a game in which I expect Tampa Bay to have to kind of prove themselves a little bit more after being embarrassed. So if it's me, I throw Samuel in as my last one as a safer option.
Diego Ventura, pick 2 to start. John Brown, Rager, Ayuk, and a half PPR. Definitely Ayuk for me. If you want a little bit more upside, go with John Brown. I have John Brown over Rager anyway this week, but all 3 of these guys are starts for me. So highest upside, Ayuk and John Brown.
I got to agree.
James Gassman with the 10 bomb. Appreciate you, James. Thanks so much. 4 players, 3 spots, 1 wide receiver, 1 running back, and 1 flex and a half PPR. We've got Ayuk, Higgins, Gibson, and Edmonds. I'm going Ayuk, Higgins, and Gibson.
You're not going to play Chase Edmonds?
I think Gibson is technically the lead back in Washington. Alex Checkdown Smith is going to be going over to J.D. McKissick probably quite a bit. But that doesn't mean that Gibson won't get some checkdown targets either. So I'll take Gibson.
Fine. If it's me personally, I'm probably leaning more towards Ayuk, Gibson, and Edmonds and not going Higgins only for the weather concerns. But that's just me.
Melanator 420. I am a victim of Ingram for my running back 2. So I got Dobbins off waivers, but don't like either this week. My only other option is Singletary. Any suggestions? I mean, if Ingram doesn't play, it's Dobbins 100% for me. Yep. If Ingram does play, I probably go Ingram.
It's just hard because, I mean, the guy has literally gone forwards and backwards on the depth chart and the injury reports this week because he was practicing and then not practicing and then practicing again. It's kind of hard to really know what's going on there. And if he does play, how much do they really give him? More than likely, I kind of just hang with Dobbins and just keep my fingers crossed.
Fill in the blank brings up a great point. The like stopped. Come on now. For fill in the blank, hit the like button a few more times. We got plenty of people in here to do that. We're going to get to 800 likes. Let's go and we'll let it flow. Matthew Cooper, Jake and Kyle, thanks for all the help this season. In a PPR league, do I risk it and keep Allen Robinson in or start Lindsey or Sterling Shepard? I'm starting Allen Robinson. I'm not going to lie to you. Has there been some news today about Allen Robinson not starting that I haven't seen yet?
He's questionable to play. It's not likely that he doesn't. It sounds like he's going to play, but he is questionable.
Okay. And it looks like about 11 hours ago is when that news came out. That makes sense. I've been pretty busy today. Robinson practiced in a limited fashion for the 3rd consecutive day Saturday and is looking like a true game time decision. It should be noted the Bears have a week 11 bye, so they could opt to err on the side of caution with their star receiver so he can have an extra week to recover. If he does ultimately sit out the contest, blah, blah, blah. It's because of a knee. He plays Monday night. Ooh. The Monday, personally, I would say I'm okay with it. Man, but as much as I think any other options for Monday night, honestly, you need to go out. I'm going to start Allen Robinson. If you own Allen Robinson and Mooney or Anthony Miller are on your waivers, go pick them up right now. And if Robinson doesn't play, then put one of those guys in.
Yeah, and you can just, I mean, honestly, I would be fine with either one of those guys over Sterling Shepard personally.
Yep.
So if Mooney's available, drop Shepard, pick up Mooney, and then you're covered for Monday Night Football.
James McLean with the 10 bomb. Appreciate you, James. Thanks so much for dropping that in here. Full PPR. Aguilar, Mike Williams, Chris Godwin, Jefferson, John Brown, Marvin Jones. I need a wide receiver too. And would you play any of them over Josh Jacobs in the flex? I'm not putting guaranteed touches from Josh Jacobs on the bench. Okay. Hasn't been great this year. I get it. We're still going to play Josh Jacobs there personally. So now if I have to go with somebody as my wide receiver too, I have Godwin a smidge higher than Aguilar.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a gamble, right? I mean, we just don't know with that whole offense being what it's going to be. I mean, there's going to be a lot of question marks and a lot of up and downs for the remainder of the year as far as fantasy football goes. I mean, part of me wants to gamble and go John Brown, but that's a pretty big gamble. More than likely, I just roll the dice with Godwin and hope for the best.
Yep. Just keep in mind, ladies and gentlemen, we get so many super chats to start off the show. We're working our way through them. If you haven't heard yours called out yet, we just haven't gotten to it. You got to stick around. We will get to it as quickly as possible. Big Tizzy wants to know Malcolm Brown or Breida if healthy in a PPR. Yuck.
Yeah, it's yuck all around, but give me Malcolm Brown in hopes that Darrell Henderson's limited still.
If you have Kalen Ballage on waivers, would you pick him up and use him over one of these guys?
Yes, I would.
I feel like he's got to be out there.
Yes, I would.
Even Pope.
Yep.
I would play Pope over either of these guys. Would you?
Mm-hmm. Yep, I would.
Yeah, I would do that. I wouldn't play either of these guys, Big Tizzy, to be honest with you.
Nope.
Dan and Collie makes a great point. Only takes a millisecond to hit that like button, and it's absolutely free. Adam Spizman, I think you were the one that just commented about how we hadn't gotten to your question yet. Perfect timing, Adam. Thanks for the dono. PPR McKissick or McKinnon. Also Deontay Johnson, Thielen, or DJ Moore. I have Deontay Johnson currently in. I'm sticking with Deontay Johnson, and I will play McKissick over McKinnon in a PPR league because he's probably going to get 97 targets tomorrow.
It's entirely maybe 94, but it's going to be in the vicinity.
I had to wet that whistle. Sorry. RC Productions, fellas, I'm basically eliminated, but I want to play spoiler. Need a running back. Montgomery is out. Do I get Patterson? Patterson might not get you any points at all, but he's probably got a little bit higher of an opportunity than Null this week, I would think.
Yeah, I mean, probably, but it's going to be so limited and touchdown dependent. It's not going to be pretty or safe, but yeah, Patterson is probably the next best option.
David Glessner. So I made some huge moves, but should I trade Connor for Chubb? Probably some more players will be included. I'll take Chubb over Connor the rest of the season.
Yep, 100%. Depends what the rest of the players are, but yes, I would make that trade.
Yes. Manny, should I trade James Robinson and Thielen for Mixon and Diggs in a full PPR? That's not enough for me because Mixon still isn't playing.
Yep. I thought Mixon for sure coming back
after the bye.
I would be okay
trading James Robinson, but not for that package.
Yeah, I mean we can't trade top talent for people who are currently hurt.
Yeah,
you're supposed to be buying those guys at a discounted price, not at a top 5 price.
Yep. Eng the Gamer, Deontay Johnson or Justin Jefferson for flex in a full PPR. I do have Johnson just a smidge higher than Jefferson this week.
I do too, and hopefully the wind isn't bad there in Cincy or in Pittsburgh with Cincy.
Ricky Fidrich. There it goes. Jerick McKinnon, Chris Godwin, DJ Moore, or Christian Kirk. I got one flex open. Thanks, guys. I've got Godwin a little bit higher than Kirk this week. I'm
gonna gamble. I'm gonna go with Christian Kirk personally. Okay. That's me. Maybe it's because I'm an Arizona fan.
I'm good with that. I'm good with that gamble. I've got nothing against it. I got them both as starts this week. So honestly, in terms of the rankings, I mean, if I got them both at starts, it's just kind of which way you're leaning. But if you're feeling one way or the other, go with your gut. Jacob Jenkinson, PPR currently have Chubb, McLaurin, and Bobby Tree starting. Need one running back and one flex. Duke Johnson, there it is. That's the question. I don't even care if you need somebody else. Just play Duke Johnson. He's going to score enough points for 2 people.
Wow.
Okay, Duke Johnson, Gio Bernard, Brandon Cooks, Drake, and Edmonds. Yes, I'm going to start Duke Johnson in one of these spots. I'm being 100% serious.
I would still, too. I would still go with Duke Johnson. And honestly, I'd probably lean Chase Edmonds for that second one.
Don Boyzett Jr., 10-team PPR league, start 2. Chubb, Duke Johnson, Antonio Gibson, or J.D. McKissick.
I'll take Chubb. You take?
Duke Johnson.
Chubb and Duke.
Chubb and Duke. Don't Duke on your Chubb. What? Aaron Northcutt, Nelson Aguilar, Tim Patrick, Marvin Jones, Jalen Reagor, Alan Lazard. We're not playing him this week. It doesn't sound like he's going to play anyway. Darnell Mooney, pick 2 and a full PPR. It's between 3 guys for me. Mooney, Patrick, Aguilar. I'm okay with going... Reagor, Aguilar, and Mooney. I'm okay with going Mooney, and then I'm flipping a coin between Aguilar and Reagor. Reagor and Aguilar, for me, it's close. It's between those 3, honestly.
I'm shocked that you didn't pick Marvin Jones.
I have him as a start, but I just don't have him. I don't know. I don't think it's a big week for him. Washington's pretty darn good.
Yeah, I get it.
The pass.
And it all really depends if Hawkinson's limited at all. But Marvin Jones and Mooney would probably be the 2 that I would choose in a full PPR. Jalen Reagor is a super close to Marvin Jones there, though.
David Glessner. Also, should I trade Boyd and Jacoby Myers for McLaurin and some other player? Yes, take McLaurin. Do it right now. Go get it. Hit the accept button. I don't care if that other player is Barry Sanders, and you're not going to get any points from him the rest of the week.
Yeah, I would trade Barry Sanders at this point. He's really just taking up a bench spot every week for me.
Get McLaurin. Do it. Claudio Gomes, Claypool or Cooks, and Swift or Geo. I've got Claypool as a sit this week, so it's Cooks and Geo for me.
I'm probably going to lean more towards Cooks and Swift. I'm not anti-Lion like Kyle is this week.
I hate the Lions. They suck so bad. They're a bunch of idiots.
You know what I just realized, Kyle?
What?
You got the D on your forehead.
The Tigers, though.
Never mind. Go for it. Never mind. Moving on. Keep going.
That's something I would expect out of me, but not you.
That's exactly what I did. I'm like, Kyle would totally do this to me. You made fun of my hair follicles when I woke up this morning. You what?
Gibson or Davis this week for Bryce Parker? I'm going Gibson.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Antonio Gibson.
Also, trade away Woods and Gibson for Chubb. Good trade?
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
It's not bad.
No, not bad.
It's not bad. Not bad at all. Raybot, if Allen Robinson sits, play Mooney or play T. Higgins in my flex. You're gonna have to make the decision before then, because we're not gonna know about Allen Robinson beforehand. I'm still gonna play Higgins either way, though, to be safe.
I like Mooney. I think it's time for a full Mooney, Kyle.
Full Mooney.
It's time for a full Mooney.
Who was I just on?
You were on Raybot. Now you're at Steven Osbrooks. I got it. Steven Osbrooks. Okay, perfect.
Bench, PPR bench 1. Sanders, Hunt, Woods, or McLaurin.
Bench 1?
I'm playing Woods and McLaurin. That's a no-brainer for me. So at this point, it's between Sanders and Hunt. I probably go and bench Hunt this week with Chubb back.
Good God, they play Houston. That's like the worst run defense in football.
Yeah, that's true.
It sucks having to sit any of them. Sitting Miles Sanders his first game back after an injury is not ideal, but
I've got Sanders at 9 and Hunt at 12 in my rankings.
Yeah.
I can't sit Woods or McLaurin, though. They both have such fantastic matchups.
Yeah. If it's me, I probably sit Hunt and just hope for the best, that it doesn't backfire.
Melanator 420. I got Lamar and Herbert, trying to trade Lamar to upgrade my running back position. What quality of running back should I try and get for Lamar? Someone like Henderson?
Yeah. If that's all you can get for Lamar Jackson, you don't make the trade.
Yeah.
Don't make that.
You gotta keep Lamar Jackson at that point and just wait.
You want to trade your second round pick probably for a dude who's hurt in a split backfield. Can't do it. Gotta be more than that.
Yeah, you at least need a quality RB2. I'm probably not trading him for anything less. Honestly, I'm not trading him for anything less than maybe like a James Conner or try to add a little something and get a Miles Sanders. I mean, you could try and target Antonio Gibson, but I would need something in return with Gibson at that point. I mean, you really shouldn't be trading him for anything less.
Yeah, it's going to be hard to come up with a piece that's going to be worthy because if they are, most teams aren't going to come off of them. So at this point, I think you just kind of got to ride it out with Lamar. Put him out there and make him available, though, and just see what offers you get.
Yo, Headliner Nation, I need your help, okay? A challenge. A challenge to all of you. It's 9:46 right now. We need to be at 800 likes before 9:50, or I'm going to be strongly disappointed in you.
Just like a dad speech?
I won't be mad. I'll just be disappointed.
Disappointed. Yeah, it's total dad speech.
By 9:50, I need to look at the likes and see 800 of those bad boys so we can let it flow.
Perfect.
Y'all slacking tonight. We're not slacking. Jake is sick, and he is here, and he wants to let it flow. Oh my God. I just saw somebody enter the chat that I haven't seen in forever. Fubar Bill Murray.
Fubar has been MIA, Fubar.
The Foobs is back.
Where you been, Foobs?
Foobs BM.
Oh, wow. Oh, God.
I can't read his comment yet, though, because it's...
Yeah, he's buried still. Hang around, Fubar.
ET pick 3, McLaurin and a PPR. McLaurin, Ayuk, Rager, Jones, Chark. It's McLaurin, Ayuk, and Chark for me.
100% agree with that one.
DC fan, awesome channel. Thank for all you do. Need help with my flex spot. Roll with Chris Godwin, Brandon Ayuk, or Chase Edmonds in a full PPR. I've got Godwin a little bit higher. If you're feeling a little bit, if you're feeling a little bit better with Ayuk, you can roll with Ayuk, but it's between Godwin and Ayuk for me.
Yeah, I'd probably lean a little bit more towards Ayuk.
We just hit 800 likes.
Perfect. See, you're not disappointed. You just had to give the dad speech.
It is 9:47. We did it in less than a minute. Kaveh, you got to hold on, man. You're actually up in like 3. You got 3 questions in front of you. So hold on a minute. Jake, do you want to start getting the helmet ready? I'll start firing through some of these super chats. You get yourself ready to let it flow, and we'll kind of go from there.
Yes, I can do that.
Greg Z 123 flex PPR need to McKissick, John Brown, Gallman, Marvin Jones, AJ Green, Kalen Ballage, or Sterling Shepard, Dallas Goddard or Tanyan, Ben or Brady. We got a whole lot here. So let's go back to the flex question. For me, looking through all these names, it's John Brown and Sterling Shepard. At tight end, I got the hiccups all of a sudden. At tight end, it's going to be Goddard over Tunyon. And then at quarterback, Ben or Brady. I've got to go to the rankings here real quick. Let's go ahead and bring that up. Roethlisberger, it's going to be Brady against Carolina. Kaveh, now we're to you. Hey, guys, do I start Jared Goff or Joe Burrow at quarterback? I have to admit that I'm slacking a little bit in my quarterback rankings.
It's Goff. It's Goff going against Seattle, 100%.
Yes, it's Goff for me. And then Chase Edmonds, Christian Kirk, or Jalen Reagor at the flex in a full PPR. Oh, my God, I hate Best Buy so much. We'll get into it later. Let's go with Christian Kirk here. Jay Rush. Rank these starts in a full PPR. Melvin Gordon, Wayne Gallman, or D Johnson. I'm going to assume that's Duke Johnson, and we're going to go Duke Johnson, and then Gordon, and then Gallman. Sean Wagner, hey, guys, in a 12-team standard league, have Mixon, but he's out. Need to start 3 of these 5 running backs. Dobbins, Lindsey, Bernard, McKissick, or Gallman. I'm going to go with Lindsey, Bernard, and McKissick here if it is a PPR league. If it is anything less than PPR, even a half PPR, I'm going to go Gallman over McKissick. If Ingram is out, then I will go Dobbins over either of those guys. Anna. I called her Anna.
You
I
did.
Do that from time to time.
Now she's going to be pissed.
She's going to yell. Congratulations to Anna as well, becoming a moderator for the Fantasy Headliners this week.
She's been with us for a long time.
We offered her the position. She graciously accepted. Jake did it without telling me, though, because he knew that I would be 100% against it.
Yeah, I was going to tell you I was going to grab Need Upside, and then you'd really be pissed.
Oh, then I would have been done. Yeah, no, I would have quit. Anna says, Jesus. God, Anna says, This is to Kyle because I can't trust JaCrispy this week. Who to start in my supporter league? Oh, are you two playing each other?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Claypool, Cole, Murray, or White? Don't love any of them, but I will go with Claypool here for the largest upside. Mason, what's going on? Sup, headliners? Go with 2 a time this week. Would you play any of these over Latavius Murray? Ballage, Pope, Sexy Rexy, Ryan Nall without Monty or AP. Thanks, guys, in a standard league. Toughest call this year. I'll go with Ballage over all of those guys. Dylan Swain, Thielen, Godwin, Cooks, Kirk, Duke Johnson, Chase Edmonds. Start 2 wide receivers. Flex 1 in a full PPR. So I got to start 2 wide receivers. I'm going with Godwin. Because of the weather, if you want to be a little bit safer, you can go with Thielen over Cooks, even though I have Thielen as a sit this week. And if I got to flex one person, it's going to be Duke Johnson, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, actually, I just saw Kirk in there. I'm going Godwin and Kirk. Sorry. Godwin and Kirk and Duke Johnson for me. And then Hooper over Gronk at tight end. Jake, do you want to go ahead and let it flow in the headliners club?
Let me head over to the club, Kyle. You ready to go?
Yes, Jake's going to let it flow. If you sent a super chat, just wait. We will get to all of them, but we're gonna hop on over to the headliners club for a few minutes. Jake's gonna let it flow, and then I'm gonna go back and let it flow through these super chats. So, ladies and gentlemen, get ready for the greatest entertainment segment in the fantasy sports industry today. That is right. You are getting ready to see some A plus entertainment and knowledge, because Jake's going to let it flow. Are we ready, Jake?
I think so, Kyle.
3, 2, 1, let it flow.
All right, here we go. Is Will Fuller a start with the weather? It really depends. Check it in the morning, because as of right now, you really can't afford to sit Will Fuller, Pope, Reynolds, or Jacoby. I'm going to go with Jacoby Myers here still. He's going to get a buttload of targets. Good luck this week, Anna. Patty, I'm a little upset that you're going against me. Thanks for nothing. Duke Johnson or Antonio Gibson? Come on, Kyle. Tell him it's Duke
Johnson, baby.
Right. Drop Bell for Mooney because I own Robinson. I mean, I'd hate to drop Le'Veon Bell, but I don't see you starting him anytime soon. I don't hate it, but I'd prefer to hold on to Lev Bell a little bit longer. Hey, Jake, with some bacon strips. What's going on, Juan? He says McKissick, Deontay Johnson, or Phillip Lindsay. Pick one in a PPR, a running back, and a flex. So I can pick 2. Perfect. I'm going with Phillip Lindsay and J.D. McKissick, and I'll avoid the weather altogether with Deontay Johnson. Marcos, bench 1, full PPR. James Conner, Miles Sanders, Michael Thomas, Fuller, or Cup. That's a lot of great options. I'll bench Fuller since we're having to worry about the weather there. Also, Ayuk or Curtis Samuel. I got Ayuk a hair higher. Slayton or Jamal Williams in the flex. Give me Slayton, but I don't love it. Gallman, Pope, Beasley, Rager. I can only start 1. Give me a case of the Beasles if this is PPR. Juju or Jacobs for my flex. Give me the for sure touches of Josh Jacobs. Gibson or Davis. I'm going to have to lean towards Gibson there by a skosh or so. Kyle looks like his face is really close to the screen over here in my peripherals. AB or Judy. I got Judy a little bit higher right now. Edmonds or Fulgham in a PPR. Edmonds is going to be safer. Want the higher ceiling? That's when we go for Fulgham. Fant or Goddard. I got Goddard higher as of right this second, but I do like some Noah Fant. Judy or Mike Evans. Why does the Tampa Bay offense blow so much? Give me Judy by a hair. Singletary or Emmanuel Sanders? Give me Singletary. Jake Unitas or Namath? It's always Jake Unitas, even though I didn't know that was my last name, but we'll take it. Drake or Movember Rain? Movember Rain Bernard? Okay. I'm going to go with Gio Bernard. Tough matchup, but still give me him over Drake coming back. Goddard or Hooper? Give me Goddard for sure. Deontay Johnson or Curtis Samuel? If you want to avoid the risk of the weather, you go with Curtis Samuel there and just take the safer option. Gio or Fournette? Give me Fournette by a hair if this is PPR also. John Brown or Curtis Samuel? We already did this one. Get some different names. Jefferson or Cooks in a non-PPR? Jefferson will be safer if you want to avoid the weather. I do have Brandon Cooks a little bit higher, but we'll check the weather in the morning. DJ Dallas or Tomas Homer? Don't know who Tomas Homer is, but we're going to go with DJ Dallas here anyway for the touchdown upsides. Duke or Kirk? Probably Duke Johnson, but it's super close. Goff or Locke? I got Goff higher. Why? He's playing the Seahawks and their defense blows. What about Juju or Thielen? Man, I'm going to have to go with Juju here this week, and hopefully he can find those targets again. Nall or Pope at a running back 2.5 PPR. Scott, I feel bad for you having to make this decision. It's going to be Pope for me, though. What about Ebron or Hooper? Give me Ebron. McKinnon or Fournette? I got Fournette a spot or two higher. Hooper or Hurst rest of season? It's going to be Hayden Hurst. Chark, Evans, or Ayuk? Start one of them. Only one? Give me DJ Chark. What about Fulgham or Jacoby Myers rest of season? Rest of season, I'm going to have to go with Myers just because Fulgham's going to have a lot of people to start sharing with there in Philadelphia. Should I start Brandon Cooks? Chow? I would love the prospect of starting Brandon Cooks, but make sure you check the weather before you make that decision in the morning. Allen Robinson or Will Fuller? I want to go with Allen Robinson, but if you want to play it safe because he's questionable, then you go with Will Fuller. Let's see. M4 or Kilo? I'm guessing this is a Call of Duty question, Kyle.
Kilo.
I'm going to say I'm going to go with the Kilo because it's the only one that I've probably ever used. Shout out to my son, Jackson Scott. Joseph, I'm shouting out to Jackson. What's going on, Jackson? Let's see here. We have... Somebody says Patty looks hot. I don't know who Patty is. I'm not Pat. Unless they're calling me Patty.
Okay, I just thought someone maybe...
Yeah, I don't know. What about Chicago's defense or the Chargers defense? Our first, defensive question. Let's go. Let me see, which one do I have higher? I got Chicago's defense a hair higher because I don't trust Kirk Cousins. Tuna or Brady? I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be Tua, but I like how you put Tuna in there. You total auto-corrected yourself, but I got Brady 2 spots higher. Hunter Henry or Josh Reynolds? Give me Josh Reynolds this week. I'll play everybody against Seattle. Goddard or Fant? Still Goddard. Flex Fournette or Parker or John Brown? Give me Devontae Parker. Edmonds or Gio? Give me Edmonds. Oh my gosh, he loved it. Awesome. I'm glad that he actually, I saw his name there for you. Chark or Higgins? Give me Chark. Jacoby or Pope? Give me Jacoby. Godwin, Kirk, Landry, Robinson, pick 3. How about I just sit 1 and sit Landry? Claypool or AB? Give me AB by a hair. Hey, Jake and Kyle, love the context. Lindsey, Parker. Hey, thanks for loving us, Lindsey. Trust Dalvin Cook. You always trust Dalvin Cook these days. Miami defense or the Rams defense? Not the Rams defense. Russ is going to cook once again, so give me Miami. Ayuk or Juju? Give me Ayuk. Justin Jefferson or Duke Johnson? Give me Duke Johnson. Chark or Godwin? Give me Chark. Saints or Eagles defense? Give me the Eagles defense this week. McKissick or Judy? If you want to play it safer, you go McKissick. If you want to gamble for the higher upside, it's Judy. You guys rock. James Martin, no, you rock, James. What about DJ Moore, AB, or Higgins for your flex? I'm going with Higgins, but I don't know which Higgins it is. Hopefully, it's T. Higgins. Let's see here. Thank you, Jake Dog. Juan, Miami style. I see you out there, Juan. Godwin or Fuller? Give me Fuller. Pick one. Rager, Mooney, Reynolds, or Myers. Oh man, I can't go against Mooney there with the potential targets he could see. Gibson or Chubb? It's always Chubb, Kyle. Whew.
Oh, is it me? All right, let's go. Mark Juarez in a full PPR. Lindsey, Chase, Jefferson, AB, Godwins, Higgins. Jake's feeling some Lindsey this week, so I'll go with it. Let's go with Lindsey. Thomas Tripodi, pick 2, and oh crap, it just scrolled. Oh, there we go. It's pick 2. Fuller, Gibson, or John Brown. I'm gonna go with Fuller and Gibson. Gibson's gonna be safe for Austin Klein. Dead for running back this week. Pick 1. DJ Dallas, JD McKissick, Ryan Nall. I'm gonna go with DJ Dallas. Jay Hawley 203, Gio or Anderson in a PPR. I'm going to assume that's Robbie Anderson. I'd be willing to go for that Robbie Anderson upside. Stephen Bowman gave up D Henderson for Eckler. Yes. Nice deal. Start 2 and the flex. Latavius Murray, Myers, Claypool, Rager, and a full PPR. I'll go with Claypool and Rager. Myers might be a good start moving forward. Don't like it this week. Jeffrey Foote, should I start DJ Dallas this week? Yeah, absolutely. If you have the space, you don't have anybody with higher upside, go with him. E. Dupes, need me a flex spot. TJ Hawkinson with a banged up toe, or Chase Edmonds with Kenyon Drake possibly ruining the party. I'm okay in the flex spot to go ahead and go with Chase Edmonds with TJ Hawkinson being banged up. Lockford 23, Chark, Jefferson, A. Brown, Rager, pick 2 wide receivers in a full PPR. For me, I'm going to go with Chark and I got Rager and Jefferson as a start this week. Rager's got a little bit more upside, but Jefferson is safer. Thanks, guys. 8-1 Headliner Nation. Awesome to hear that. David with the 10 bomb. David Glester with the 10 bomb. For a 12 team league, it's Justin Herbert, Derrick Henry, and Connor, then Keenan Allen and Stephon Diggs, then Waller is the tight end, Roquan Smith and Yku. Flex is Tyler Boyd, Terry McLaurin. Grade the team. I'm liking this team. You're solid at running back with Henry and Connor. Herbert's been really good. Keenan Allen, Stephon Diggs. You're loaded at wide receiver. Possibly, I would look at potentially trading Tyler Boyd and trying to get another wide receiver since you're trading Tyler Boyd, trying to get another running back since you're so good at wide receiver. Grade it A+. Melvin McCall, full PPR, must win week. Pick one for the flex. AB, Rager, or Claypool. I'm going to go with Rager. Jake WTW with the 10 bomb. Couple of questions in a full PPR since he's active. Should I go with Big Ben or Locke? I've got Roethlisberger higher than Locke. Pick up Tunyon to go with Reed. Yes, I've got Tunyon higher than Reed this week. And since he's questionable on Monday, should I keep Robinson in the lineup or put in Kirk? We talked about this a little bit earlier. Try to grab either Anthony Miller or Darnell Mooney from your waivers if he's still there. Put A-Rob in, and then if he ends up getting booted out and he's no good to go, you put one of those guys in. Todd Eaton, hi, they're looking for a pick two. Swift, Miracle Mustache, Gio Bernard, John Brown, and Jerry Jeudy. You guys are awesome. I'm going to go with Gio and John Brown here. Jake does like Swift a little bit more than Gio Bernard this week. McCottage 09, sup boys, wide receiver Chark or Ayuk. I've got Chark higher. And then Big Ben or Wentz, I have got Wentz higher. Giuseppe, that might be my favorite guy to put in a question every single week. Hey guys, in a PPR 4-keeper league, my record is 4-5, so I'm thinking of making some trades. Please rank my options: Taylor, Connor, Sanders, Dobbins, Boyd, Rager, Deontay. For me personally, I try to capitalize on Deontay Johnson and trade him if he has a big week. The injuries are starting to concern me. If you can capitalize on a big week and then trade him, you can probably get a decent amount in return for him. Since it is a keeper league, I really don't want to give up Taylor, even though he has not been good this year. He'll end up being fine down the stretch later on. So I would keep Taylor. I'd rather keep Connor, would rather keep Sanders. Dobbins is a decent keeper as well. So, maybe if you're looking at keeping Connor and Sanders and then trading Deontay Johnson, I mean, maybe you could even package Deontay Johnson and Taylor together and get a decent running back in return too. So ask around, see what people are willing to give up. Matthew Mazur, what to do with Allen Robinson? I have Tim Patrick on my bench. I could pick up Anthony Miller if Robinson now. I need a win. Yes, do that. Play Allen Robinson. Pick up Anthony Miller. Put him in if he's out. Joseph Seacrest, 10-team full PPR. Start DJ Dallas or Marvin Jones. I'm going to go with DJ Dallas here. Much safer than Marvin Jones. Jean-Paul Lapuente. Would you drop Hasty and pick Duke up and play him? Yes, please do it right now. Go get yourself some Duke Johnson. Watson, Henderson, Swift, Metcalf, Hopkins, Chark, AB, Thielen, Claypool for the flex. Thanks, guys. Are you asking AB, Thielen, or Claypool for the flex?
I think so, yeah.
Probably go with Thielen here. Chad Bourne, Duke or Mike Davis? Well, that's Duke Johnson for me. Mike Williams or Kirk? That's Kirk. Nick Davis, sup fellas, Big Ben or Wentz this week? I've got Wentz higher. Chapstick 1972, Aguilar, Reynolds, or Amendola in the flex? It's Aguilar. Christopher Dolly, T. Higgins, Fulgham, Mike Williams, or Mooney, pick 2.5. Higgins is definitely going to be the first one, and then I will go with Mooney over Mike Williams. I think both of them are wide receiver twos. You could potentially have the wide receiver one on Monday if Allen Robinson's out. Skylar Kwan, what's up, boys? Need help this week. Half PPR. Sit 3 of these guys. Okay. So DJ Dallas, McKissick, Thielen, Chark, Mike Williams, Kirk, Jeudy, and Mooney. I'm going to sit McKissick since it's a half PPR. Jeudy. I want to play Mooney, but I'll set Mooney over my no. I'm going to play Mooney over Mike Williams. So set Mike Williams. Michael Sepulveda, what's going on, Michael? Hey, guys, happy Saturday. Who would you guys take as the flex? Robbie Anderson, Fulgham, Swift, or Christian Kirk? That's Christian Kirk for me. Thomas, Chark, or A. Gibson in the flex in a PPR? That's Chark. Eric Cruz, start 2. Flex 1. Chase, Mike D, P. Lindsay, Antonio Gibson, and Jacoby Myers. I'm going to be starting Philip Lindsay, Antonio Gibson, and then I will play Mike Davis after that for the touches. Also, should I start Alex Smith over Cam Newton? Need a win here. I'm still going to go with Cam Newton this week over Alex Smith. Huck Noward, appreciate your donation. Chris 33, 2 running backs, 1 wide receiver, 1 flex. Options: Nick Chubb, Kareem Hunt, J.D. McKissick, John Brown, Nelson Aguilar, Brandon Ayuk. While I'm playing Chubb and Hunt at the running back, I'm playing John Brown at wide receiver, and I'm flexing Nelson Aguilar if you want more upside. If not, Brandon Ayuk if you want a little bit safer floor. Jason Dell with the 30 bomb. Appreciate it, Jason. Much love, guys. You set my roster up the past 5 weeks, and I'm 5-5, half PPR, 3 wide receivers, 2 running back, 1 flex. Jacobs, Fournette, Swift, Drake, Madison. For the running backs, I need 2. It's definitely Jacobs, and I will go Swift over the other guys. 3 wide receivers: Cole, Thielen, Juju, Slayton, Bryan Edwards. That's going to be Juju, Slayton, and Thielen for me. Tight ends are Cook for a flex option, starting Hockenson. I don't have Cook that high this week. Keep him just in case Hockenson ends up being out. Carlos Lockett, Tyler Lockett, or Antonio Gibson in my flex. Tyler Lockett has way more upside. Antonio Gibson might be a little bit safer. Rocky Road Warrior, full PPR, need 3. Mike Williams, Robbie Anderson, Ayuk, John Brown, Melvin Gordon. I'm going to go with Robbie Anderson, Ayuk, and John Brown. Jonathan Melgoza, Chubb, and Godwin for Derrick Henry. Nice lid. I am going to say that I want the Chubb and Godwin side there, with Chubb now being back. Christopher Reed, hello. Hello, guys. Need a win. My league is close. Who starts? Standard, Goff, or Big Ben? It's Goff. Keep going. You guys are great. Love from the UK. Appreciate it, Christopher. Alex Wilson got offered Mixon and Ridley for my DK Metcalf and Jonathan Taylor. Oh, I'm going to keep DK Metcalf. I'm going to keep that side for right now. He's just too damn good. Should I do it? No. Other running backs: Jacobs, Hunt, A-Rob, Fuller, Deontay Johnson, and Hollywood. No, I'm keeping that Metcalf side. Yeah. Stuart Morrison in a full PPR, pick 1 flex. Gio, Justin Jefferson, AB, Rager. I do have Wentz starting, so kind of tempted, okay, to double up with Rager. I get it. Or Dobbins. Thanks, guys. And good luck this weekend. If Ingram is out, I'm going to go with Dobbins. Right now, as it stands, though, I do have Justin Jefferson a little bit higher than Rager, but they're both starts for me. Melanie White, tight end, Hooper or Graham? It's Hooper for me. 8-person PPR. I lost my Kittle and spitted struggle. Go with Hooper at tight end this week. Curtis Jones, 2, please. PPR, Bernard Johnson Jr., yes. Henderson, Lindsay, or Moss. I'm going to go in this PPR. I'm going to go with Lindsay and Dookie J, baby. FCDR 8-7, Hunt and Jefferson for Chris Carson. Who won that trade? The Hunt and Jefferson side by a landslide, in my opinion. 100-yard podcast. It was T. Higgins, not Richard. Okay, then it's 100% T. Higgins for us. Petrosio, Salinas, Drew Brees, or Brady this week. I've got Brady a little bit higher, and then Deontay Johnson or Landry. It's Deontay Johnson. Shane Fuco. Yay. What's up, Shane, with the 10 bomb? Appreciate you. What's up, fella? Saw the trade video and decided to get aggressive in a full PPR. Traded away Ridley and James Robinson for Henry. I have Galladay. Or I have Godwin, Galladay, and Chark, running back Kamara, Carson. Thoughts on the trade? I don't hate it at all. Henry is going to be much better down the stretch than Robinson, I believe. You might have given up a little bit of upside, but you have good depth to make up for it if Henry ends up being much safer. Huck Noward, pick 2 from T. Higgins, Juju, and Deontay Johnson. It's going to be Juju and Higgins for me in a full PPR. Also, 2 running backs from McKinnon, Gio, or Henderson. It's going to be McKinnon and Gio for me. Hector Feliciano, need help if you recommend starting both Chubb and Hunt, or should I put in Parker or Ayuk? If you're wanting to get a little bit more upside, then it's going to be Hunt over Parker. But if you're wanting to be safe, I've got Parker over Hunt and then start Chubb at running back. BJ, you guys are nails. Yes, baby, we're nails because we nailed it. I'm number 1.
Nail things.
God, I'm such a dad. I'm number one in a super competitive league. Thanks to you. Half PPR. Pick 2 wide receivers. Lockett, Anderson, Williams, Rager. Appreciate you two. It's going to be Lockett and Anderson for me. Christopher Dowling. Pope, Balaj, Duke, Drake, or Moss. Pick 2. I'm going to go with Balaj and Duke, baby. David Guay. Pick 2, Geo Edmonds, Lindsey, Dallas, or Dobbins. It's going to be Lindsey and Dallas for me. AK Cash, Judy and Kirk are on the waiver wire. I have John Brown, Ayuk, and Lamb on the bench. Should I make any moves here? Other wide receivers are A-Rob, Godwin, and AB in a 10 team. I'm putting Lamb back on waivers for Kirk. Jay Rush with the 10 bomb. Is Taysom Hill a valid start at tight end in a full PPR? If you play on a platform that allows you to put Taysom Hill as a tight end, if you don't have any of the following tight ends already on your roster, Waller, Hawkinson, Fant, Goddard, Ingram, Ebron, Andrews, then yes, it's okay to do that. Hector Ireno. Nope, I skipped one. A-Train Fitness. Love you guys. I'm desperate. The last time I heard that. Gallman or DJ in a PPR.
Wow. You probably heard that quite a bit, Kyle. Like, listen, I'm desperate.
Oh, man. Okay, let's go on. Love you guys. I'm desperate. Gallman or DJ in a PPR? That's DJ for me. And wide receiver 2, Parker or Thielen? I've got Parker a little bit over Thielen this week. Hector Urano. What's going on, Hector? Full PPR league. My options, running back, Singletary, Lindsey, DJ Dallas, Edwards, J.K. Dobbins, wide receiver Landry. Pick 2 best running backs and the best flex option. I know. Jake is going to pick Lindsey. Thanks, and keep up the great job. So 2 running backs, Singletary, Lindsey, DJ Dallas, Edwards, Dobbins. I'm going to go with Lindsey and DJ Dallas. And then for the flex options, Landry, J.K. Dobbins, Edwards, Singletary. If Ingram is out, it's going to be Dobbins for me. If he is not, then I will go with Landry. Jason Burke, Parker or Fournette in the flex in a full PPR. I've got Parker in there. Jamison Lundstrom, Balaj or Gus Edwards, and DJ or Balaj. It's going to be Balaj over Gus Edwards and DJ over Balaj. Jake, do you want me to stop? Because I feel like I can keep going.
No, I mean, it's up to you. You just stop when you're ready to stop, and I'll pick up where you leave off.
I'm going to keep going. The gamer, Deontay Johnson or Jefferson in the flex for a full PPR. Deontay Johnson a little bit higher upside, but Jefferson is safe for Stuart Morrison. GT trade, I flipped Burrow and Ayuk for Watson. Don't mind it, but a lot of that depends on the scoring in your league. It's hard for me to say if that's a win for you or not, but it's not that bad. Kenny Lack, full PPR. Pick 2 running backs in a flex, please. Davis, Duke, yep. JD McKissick, Cooks, AB. So if I'm picking 2 running backs, I'm picking Duke and Davis. And for the flex, McKissick's going to be really, really safe in a full PPR league. If you need safety, then go with McKissick there. If you need upside, then it's Cooks. David Glessner, how about I email you guys since my questions are fairly complex? David, the best thing for you to do if you have complex questions, subscribe over on Patreon. It's $10 a month, and you can ask all the questions that you want to, and we guarantee answers to those. If you email us, I can't guarantee that we'll get to that throughout the week. So if I were you, definitely go over and hit up Patreon. We can answer all of your questions there. Kevin Adranu, Cooper Kupp or Keenan Allen. Oh, baby, give me a little Keenan Allen. Just a dude, man. Ayuk, Claypool. Why do you keep looking at me like that? I can see you over there, Jake. Ayuk, Claypool, T. Higgins, Kupp, Mooney. Start 3 in a full PPR. It's going to be T. Higgins. It's going to be Kupp, and it's going to be Ayuk. Ozio Vasquez with a 5 bomb. Appreciate you. Derek Preston with the 10 bomb. Hey guys, thanks for everything. I'm number 1 in my league in 7-2 flex PPR. AB or Curtis Samuel. It's Curtis Samuel. Thoughts on Eckler the rest of the season? Dude's gonna ball. Go get him. I have Henry and Chubb as my running backs. If you can add Eckler and keep Henry and Chubb, my God, you're winning yourself a shit, baby. Omar Romero with the 10 bomb. Full PPR. 1 wide receiver, 1 flex. Claypool, Williams. AB Fournette. Go with Claypool and Williams. Jeremiah Pantos just traded Marquise Brown for Austin Hooper to replace Robert Tunyon. What do you guys think? That's a win for you. I like that trade. Troy Montana, start 3, DJ Chark. Yep. DJ Brown, John Brown, Shepard, Rashard Higgins. It's going to be it's going to be Chark. It's going to be John Brown. It's going to be Shepard. Start 1, Moss or Pope. I'm going to go with Moss over Pope. Start 1, Dwelly or Henry. Ooh, probably gonna go with Henry here. Alec Jeffrey, talk Dolphins. Sure, someone ask us the Dolphins questions and we'll talk about the Dolphins. Caleb Saylor, I need three wide receivers. Start Brandon Ayuk, Chris Godwin, Devontae Parker, Chase Claypool, Antonio Brown, Curtis Samuel, and one running back, James Robinson. Yeah, you're starting James Robinson 100%. Dude's facing a Green Bay team that gets shredded by the run. I'm starting him over Jacobs easily. We need to start 3 wide receivers, though. It's going to be Godwin, Parker, and Ayuk. Hey, guys, I'm on a nice 2-game win streak from True Terror, but A.J. Brown along with Henry hurt me this week. Do I play Chubb at 2? Yes, play Chubb. My bad.
Yeah.
Also for the flex, Shepard, Gio, or McKinnon. I'm going to go with Shepard there. Ivan Flores. Hey, guys, love the shoes.
Hey, I ain't even got shoes on right now.
I have shoes on, but they're like my super comfy slip-ons.
I'm barefoot right now, Kyle. You don't even know if I have pants on right now.
If I had to place a bet, the bet would be you don't.
I'm not going to stand up to let everybody find out.
Yeah, please don't. We don't need to see your hang down on live stream.
Nope.
Flores. Oh my God. Where was I? Love the shoes.
Yeah,
hey guys, love the shoes like always. I need a flex. Judy Dobbins and DJ Moore. I'm gonna go with Dobbins, and if Dobbins, or I'm gonna go with Dobbins if Ingram is out. If not, go with Judy. Robbie Tennant, start Mike Davis or wait and hope Drake is out and play Edmonds. I'll start Mike Davis. Edward Rodriguez, pick 2 in a PPR. Hunt, Chubb, or Godwin. I'll play Hunt and Chubb. Let's get them both in there. David Glessner. So I should get McLaurin and Chubb both on the same team. Thanks, guys. Yeah, I get McLaurin and Chubb if you absolutely can. Those are great buys right now. Lamont Jones, full PPR. Pick 2, Thielen, Mike Williams, Deontay Johnson, or Claypool. It's Williams and Deontay Johnson for me. You told me Thielen last 2 weeks out of these same 4 players, 5 and 4, need a win. Well, I've got Thielen as a sit this week. Danny Rosenberg, Kyle Rudolph with no Irv versus the Bears, or Logan Thomas versus Detroit. Let's go a little Logan Thomas redemption game against Detroit, who he used to play for. Christopher Grant with the 5 bomb. Thank you, Christopher. Mark Malaire and a half PPR. Balish, Pope, DJ Dallas, or Dobbins. Let's go with DJ Dallas. Aaron Northcroft, Melvin Gordon, or JD McKissick in a half PPR since it's half. Melvin Gordon, Jose Hernandez. Hey guys, got 2 flex.
Jose?
1. What?
So what's up, Jose?
What's going on, man? Got 2 flex, half PPR. I got Kirk as my flex, but still need a second one. Singletary, Rager, or DJ Dallas. I'm going to go with the safety of DJ Dallas. Also glad my Chubb is back. Man, those little blue pills do wonders. Oh, Nick Chubb. Yes, we are too. Eric Guzman, start for PPR, running backs, wide receivers, and flex Chubb, Swift, Taylor, and Mixon, Terry Woods, Cooks, Rager. Also, should I pick up someone instead of starting one of them? I don't understand this question. Start 4 PPR, running backs, wide receivers, and flex. I don't know how many of each position you need. I'm definitely starting Chubb.
Yep.
You can't start Taylor because he already played.
Mixon's not going to play.
Mixon's already out. So if you need 2 running backs, it has to be Swift and Chubb.
Yep.
And then ranking the wide receivers, I've got Woods, Terry, Cooks, and Rager in that order. Yes. I can't answer your question more than that, man, because I don't know how many you need. Jonathan to win, risk starting A-Rob or start Juju instead. Juju's not a bad person to turn to. However, again, kind of the same thing. I'm starting A-Rob, and then if for some reason he is out, then what I will do is I will make sure you pick up Mooney or Miller, and then you can put them in their place if you need to. Romney, Jason Lavelle, tight end. If Tunyon is out, Sternberger or Dwelly, still going to go with Dwelly there. Fubar, Bill Murray. On a scale from I Love Chubb to Revenge of the Chubb, how much do you love our Lord and Savior Nick Chubb this week? Fire emojis. P.S. Nice forehead, D. Kyle. On a scale of I Love Chubb to Revenge of the Chubb, how much do you love our Lord and Savior Nick Chubb this week?
I love it.
How about I've got Chubb all over the place. That's how excited I am.
Chubb everywhere.
Christopher Grant, risk starting Mooney over Justin Jefferson or Jarvis. I've got both of those guys higher than Mooney right now. Thanks for all the work you do from Z. You guys are awesome. In a standard league, have to make room on my bench. Fulgham or T. Higgins for the rest of the season. I'm going to go with T. Higgins. Peter Headland, hey guys, love the channel. I'm 4-5, so please help. Half PPR, pick 3 wide receivers. Parker, Aguilar, Richie James, Darius Slayton, R. Higgins, Rashad Higgins, or E. Sanders. It's going to be Parker. It's going to be Aguilar, and it's going to be Sanders for me. Stephen Harrison, I'm starting Cup and Lockett as wide receiver 1 and wide receiver 2. So should I flex Chark, Evans, or Parker? My God, you've got a ton of wide receivers. That is awesome. I'm going to flex Chark there, though. In my tight end spot, should I start Goddard or Hooper? I've got Goddard higher, Steven. Justin with the 20 bomb. Appreciate you, Justin. Thank you for that. Hey, guys, last week I made a trade. CeeDee Lamb, Gio Bernard, and Ebron for Eckler. Was it a good trade or not? It was an absolute smash it out of this world. 15 out of 10. Best trade I've seen this week type of trade. Awesome job. Absolutely love that for you. Also need help for my last flex spot and standard Ayuk or Claypool. It's going to be Ayuk. Jason Dell, don't help Fubar. I play him this week. LOL. Fubar, you've been helped. Jason, who can donate the most money? That will depend on who we help. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. KCB Chris, choose one. Kenyon if healthy, AJ Green or Amendola. I'm going to have to go with AJ Green here. Byron Austin, hey boys, start Cup, Deontay Johnson or Gio at the flex. That's Cup, baby. The Cup runneth over, as Jake likes to say. And who's a better bench stash between Ingram and Hines? Well, it's Hines right now because he's actually healthy. Valentin Polanco with the 10 bomb. T. Higgins or Justin Jefferson. I'm going with T. Higgins this week. Stephen Bowman. Only wide receiver for Monday night available is Anthony Miller. Thoughts adding him just in case A-Rob doesn't play? Do it, Stephen. Put him on the bench. Blake P. got Chubb and David Johnson, who is out now. Should I trade McLaurin and Allen Robinson for Derrick Henry? No, you're giving up 2 top 12 wide receivers right there. Find a different trade. That's a little too much for me. Glizzy Gladiator, only fans. Oh my God, what would this be? Slayton, AJ Green, Latavius Murray, or Dobbins in the flex is going to be Slayton for me. Unless Ingram is out, then it is Dobbins. Jake, am I taking? I'm rolling here, baby.
I mean, I'm just watching you roll.
I'll roll then. True Terror. Here's another one. I got Ayuk in a trade. So for the flex, Ayuk, Geo Shepard, McKinnon. You're going to be going with Ayuk here. Also, Carr or Burrow. Let's look at the board. Oh, I did it. I'm going to guess it's Burrow, right, Jake?
I got Carr a couple spots higher going up against Denver.
We're going to go with Jake and go with Carr. Thanks for helping me this season. Blake Ward, if A-Rob is out. Oh my gosh, I just lost my spot. Don't go anywhere.
I'll pick it up until you find it. Blake Ward, if A-Rob is out, who would you rather play, Mooney or Patterson? Personally, if he's out, I'd rather go with Mooney. Josh Smith with the 10 bomb. Appreciate you, Josh. This is ugly. Lost David Johnson and Demont this week. Have Ryan Nall and Lamar. Oh, it's got to be Latavius. No, it's Lamar Miller? Is that who you have? I feel for you already. Waiting to see if he gets promoted. Yeah, don't count on it. Should I pick up James White or Hyde? Not Hyde. He's not playing either for my RB2. I mean, man, at this point, you're going to have to go with Ryan Nall and just cross your fingers and hopefully you can find the end zone. I mean, that's going to have to be what it is. If you need another one, then you got to pick up James White because James White is the next guy that's at least playing.
Jake, do you know who's back?
Fubar?
No.
Oh.
True Legend.
Oh, is he?
We haven't seen Legend in a while right now. He just says my zipper is so tight right now.
Oh, wow. That's too much.
Legend has an unhealthy obsession with me, and I'm here for it.
Yeah, apparently you are. So anyway, go with Ryan Nall and James White there, Josh Smith. It's going to be ugly, though. Also, Graham or Beasley. I'm going to go with a case of the Beasles there in Buffalo for a full PPR for your flex. Eric Avalar, Baker, Cam, or Big Ben in a PPR. Oh, man, Cam hasn't thrown a touchdown since Nam. Baker's dealing with wind issues and rain. Big Ben, is he 100%? If I had to gamble with one, I go with Big Ben right now and cross my fingers. Hector Urano. Hector, you're killing it. Appreciate you. Drop Devin Singletary and pick up Kalen Ballage or Tremaine Pope. Great show. You guys are the best. Appreciate you, Hector. I mean, honestly, Singletary has more long-term value, but if you lean somebody here this week, I would prefer Ballage over Singletary.
Jake, I got caught up again. Do you want me to roll back into it?
No, don't ever interrupt me again. I got this for a second. Oziel Vasquez, full PPR. Hopefully you see this one. Of course we're going to see you, Oziel. Are you leaving? Did you leave? Wow, I really pissed him off. Anyway, you see this one. A wide receiver 2 and a flex, Parker Landry Williams or Jamal Williams. Oh, he's back. Start Tunyon, Cook, or Hunter Henry. So for the wide receiver 2 and a flex, I'm going with Devontae Parker, and I'm hoping that's Mike Williams, and that's who can be my other choice between Tunyon and Cook. Tunyon may not play. Give me Cook over Henry. 1-0, need 3, Boyd, Thielen, A-Rob, Jefferson. If you have to sit one of them, you may want to play it safe and sit A-Rob since he's playing Monday Night Football if you don't have Miller or Mooney already on your bench. Derek Just, J.D. McKissick or Nelson Aguilar in a full PPR flex. Full PPR, give me some J.D. McKissick and some checkdowns. Luis Garcia, Curtis Samuel or Mooney. Samuel if you want to play it safe. Mooney if you want to shoot for the stars and just take a big risk and a gamble. Mark Gorton Jr., flex 1.5 PPR. Hunt, Edmonds, or Drake, 100%. Give me Hunt there. Logan Draylock, prick a Washington back. Gibson or McKissick. It depends. If this is full PPR, I'm going McKissick. If it's anything else, I'm going with Gibson. Daniel, stack Thomas and Breeze or Boyd and Burrow rest of season. It's going to be Thomas and Breeze still. Art Form 74, full PPR. Landry, Chark, Kirk. I can only pick 2. It's going to be Chark and Kirk. Troy Morgan, pick 2.5 PPR. Brandon Cooks, Rager, Samuel, or Fulgham. I can pick 2 of those guys. It's going to be Curtis Samuel and Jalen Rager if you want to play it safe. If you want to gamble for the higher upside and risk the weather, it's Samuel and Cooks. Brent Shin, what's up, guys? What's going on, Brent? Need help, pick 2 in a PPR. Claypool, Judy, Moore. Plus, should I play Hunt and Chubb if I have both? I have no issues playing Hunt and Chubb at the same time. So your other one is pick 2 between Claypool, Judy, and Moore. We're going to sit one. We'll sit Claypool here this week. Shendricks, Goddard, Fournette, or T. Higgins in a half PPR flex position. Man, if you want to play it safe, you go with Fournette for the safe floor. If you want to gamble a little bit for the higher upside, it's T. Higgins. I just can't flex my tight end. Maybe it's an age thing. I don't know. I can't do it. Rob G. What's up, guys? Y'all are awesome. Would you trade CMC and Devontae Parker for Aaron Jones and Darren Waller? Honestly, I don't overly hate that. It kind of depends what else you have on your team there, Rob, and what place you're currently in. If you're trying to, hold on to a playoff spot, and that's not a bad way to do it to guarantee yourself a top 5 tight end and still an RB1. And CMC, when does he come back? It's still a question mark. Your very own Curtis Samuel, AB, or Ayuk also got Fournette at the flex. If it's between those guys that we're playing first, I'm going to have Ayuk as the highest. I would say that I'd probably leave Fournette as the safer play in your flex spot. If you want to gamble, it's Curtis Samuel. Jacob Watroba. What's going on, Jacob? Pick 1 running back and 1 flex and a half PPR. DJ Dallas, Travis Homer, Gollum, Balaj, Pope, T. Higgins, Mike Williams, Moody, and Marvin Jones. We got to pick 1 running back, and that 1 running back for me, it's going to be DJ Dallas. And your 1 flex spot in a half-point PPR. Oh, man. I'd probably play it safe and go with, it's not even that safe. If I knew about Allen Robinson, it would be Mooney, but since we don't, I'm going to go with Marvin Jones, and hopefully he can pick up that huge target share with no Kenny G and a banged-up Hawkinson. Chris Rombach, full PPR, Antonio Gibson or Deontay Johnson. Personally, with the weather issues, I would feel a little bit safer with Antonio Gibson. Brandon Shores, flex Gio or Kirk. Love the work you guys do. Appreciate you, Brandon. Flex Gio or Kirk. Gio's going to have the safer floor, lower ceiling. Personally, I would go Kirk this week. Straight out of Visa, flex 2. D. Hendo, D. Harris, Moss, or Hasty in a full PPR. I don't love any of them straight out of Visa, but if I had to gamble on 2 of them, it's Darrell Henderson and Zach Moss. Sumo Ninja. What's going on, Sumo Ninja? Need a flex. Aguilar, Curtis Samuel, T. Higgins, or Jerick McKinnon, and he always throws me the burritos on a weekly basis, and I love burritos. So if I have to, that's right. Aguilar, Samuel, T. Higgins, or McKinnon. For me, Samuel's probably the safest. Want the higher upside gamble, it's Higgins. Lawn Flamingo. Need some wide receiver help this week. Pick 2. Godwin, Lockett, Kirk, Claypool, Shepard. Out of those 2, I'm going with Lockett, and I'm going with Kirk. Full PPR. Also, should I trade Godwin and Lockett for DK Metcalf? Thank you, Headliner Nation. Godwin and Lockett for me. I would love to get DK Metcalf. Absolutely love to get it, but that would only leave you DK, Kirk, Claypool, and Shepard, and that kind of worries me for the end of the year depth-wise. If there's still some solid options out there, maybe on waivers, I think about it, but if there's not, I may hold off and just play it by ear for the next week or so. Unless your trade deadline is this week, then I hold on. I don't know if you can afford that much loss of depth. Merciful Duke, Brady or Big Ben? I got Brady higher as of right now. Landry or T. Higgins? It's going to be T. Higgins. And I lost my spot.
Uh-oh. Who were you on?
I don't know.
You did Brent Shen?
Let Let's see.
You did Sumo Ninja. Did you do Lawn Flamingo?
Yep.
Merciful Duke?
That sounds familiar.
Project F0X, Flex Standard, Edmund Thielen, AB, or Evans?
Nope, didn't do that one.
You didn't?
Nope. Start with the one before that until I find it.
Okay, Merciful Duke. Brady or Big Ben? I'm going to go with Brady this week. Landry or T. Higgins? It's T. Higgins. Project 10F0X, Flex Standard, Edmund Thielen, AB, or Mike Evans? I'll go with Thielen here, even though I don't have him as a start. I wouldn't play him over the other. I'd play him over the other guy still. Lindsey Parker. Hey, Jake and Kyle, struggling with wide receivers this week with bye weeks. Need 2 wide receivers and a half PPR. Need 2 Brown, Rager, Aguilar, or Myers. I'm going to go with Rager and Aguilar. Andre Quarsman, shout out from Brazil in a standard league. What's going on across the pond, my man? 1 wide receiver and a flex. Juju, Chark, Boyd, and Kenyon Drake. I've got Juju and Chark higher than Boyd this week. Jeff Arnold with the 10 bomb. Hey, boys, I trash talked you for your fade CEH, and I'm here to eat crow. I didn't listen, and now my team sucks. So credit where credit is due. I appreciate y'all. Best guys on YouTube. Jeff Arnold. We appreciate it. Okay, I forgot the camera was on this side. I accidentally looked the wrong way.
That's what it's all about, though. I mean, we always come out every week and admit when we're wrong. I mean, I got some serious hate for CEH. Like, I thought I was going to have to move and change addresses for a while. So, Jeff Arnold may be one of the first people to come back forward and say it, and I truly appreciate that, Jeff.
Absolutely. Mitchell Minkoff, pick 1. Hollywood Brown, Melvin Gordon, or DJ Dallas. I'm going DJ Dallas here. Alec Jeffrey, Flex, Gio Bernard, Parker, Curtis Samuel, or Juju. Juju is the highest of all of these guys for me. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Juju here. Wade County 305 with the 10 bomb, 18 PPR. Need a flex. Will Fuller, Christian Kirk, Mustache Bernard, Antonio Brown. Is Amari droppable? No. Even Jake, who is hashtag Amari Pooper, would probably agree that you're not dropping a guy that's been a top 10 wide receiver all year long and is still top 10 in targets and yards, I think.
Yeah, I couldn't drop him yet.
Yeah, we'll appreciate what you all do. So I need to flex Fuller, Kirk, Bernard, or Brown. I'm still going with Fuller as of right now. If we get to kickoff tomorrow and it looks really, really bad, then go with Kirk. But Fuller is way too much of a smash position this week. Ryan Kennedy, pick 2. Thielen, Chark, Deontay, Lockett, and a full PPR. It's Chark and Lockett for me. Nick B, trade away Goddard and Swift for Michael Thomas. Yep, I'm good with that. Great trade. Tyler Jansen, thanks for the donation. Don't retract your messages, ladies and gentlemen, because then we will get to them. But if you retract them, we can't see them. Corey Olson, choose 1 for the flex. Swift, Chark, Juju, or AB. If I'm choosing just one, it's going to be Chark. Tyler Jansen, McKissick, or Lindsey. We'll go with Lindsey. Brandon Shores, edit. Kirk, Gio, or Duke at the flex. Thanks again, LOL. It's going to be Kirk for me. Oh, Duke Johnson? Yeah, we're going Duke Johnson here.
I was about to call you out and be like, what the f are you
Duke Johnson. About? Duke Johnson here, baby. John Leighton, full PPR, wide receiver. Hopkins, Metcalf, start 2 more. Aguilar, Beasley, Mooney, Alshon Sanders. It's Aguilar and Mooney for me. Fubar, Bill Murray. This chat is to mark a water break.
Get a drink of water, Kyle. He's giving you a break to get a drink of water.
I already finished mine. I don't have any more. Appreciate you, Fubar. Jake Hillis, need 2 and a PPR. Gallman, Cobb, Slayton, and Tim Patrick. It's going to be Slayton and Tim Patrick for me. Valentine Polanco with a 15 bomb. Appreciate you, Valentine. Set my Wes.
I think it's supposed to be wide receivers.
Oh, wide receivers. Will Fuller, T. Higgins, Chris Godwin, Justin Jefferson, need 3. Stay nails. We're going to go with Fuller. We're going to go with Higgins. And we're going to go with Godwin, barely over Jefferson. Tomb, pick 2. Chubb, Fulgham, Kirk, McKissick, also Tunyon or Hooper. I'm going to go with Hooper over Tunyon. Chubb for sure for the other question. And Kirk is going to be my other one. AM, D. Henderson or L. Fournette and a standard scoring. Thanks, peeps. Jake, how are you feeling on Henderson this week? I don't know if I'm loving it.
I mean, he's still not 100%. It's like a quad thigh injury that he's dealing with, and he's not 100%. Fournette's splitting with Ronald Jones, but I still think that Fournette's probably a little bit safer.
I agree there. Luis Garcia flex in a standard league. Godwin, Boyd, Kirk, or Gio. Thanks, guys. I'm going to go with Boyd barely over the other two. James Windham in a full PPR need one. More Ayuk, Rager, Parker, Moss, Dobbins. Thank you. Hashtag flex. I'm going to go with Parker here. S. Hendricks in a half PPR pick 2. Lockett, Higgins, Chark, or Brown. It's Lockett and Chark for me. Juan Galvin pick 2. Henderson, Fournette, Bernard in a half PPR. I'm going to go Fournette and Bernard. Ray Rodgers. I got Tyreek Hill for Lockett and Gurley. I have Adams, Henry, Robinson, and Connor. What do you guys think? Not a bad upgrade there. Do love me some Tyreek Hill. That is going to catch it up in the super chat.
Ooh, hey, I mean, if you need to, I could answer a couple questions, go over to the club if you need to go get a bottle of water.
It's okay.
Okay, you're good.
Just a quick, I want to make just one quick note because I've been answering a lot of Chark this week tonight. And if anyone saw my start and sit video earlier in the week, but did not see the rankings video, I have changed Chark over to a start at the beginning of the week. Jair Alexander was a little bit was more trending towards actually playing this week. Now he's trending towards not playing. That's why I am going with Chark now. So if you saw the start and sit video and you're wondering why I'm now picking him so much, it's because he's now a start for me. Mitchell Minkoff in a half PPR pick 1, McKissick, Gordon, or Marquise Brown. Since it's half, I'll go with Gordon here.
Yep, I don't hate that at all. What about Felipe?
Oh, hold on.
Okay.
Oziel Vasquez. Thanks for the answer, guys. But on the tight end options, it was Tunyon, Gesicki, or Henry, not Cook. But I'll see if he's available. I've got Gesicki over Henry and Tunyon right now.
Yeah, with no Preston Williams, those added targets have to go somewhere. Gesicki's the guy. Also had Felipe Biasi. Says Travis Fulgham or Kenny Golladay for the rest of season. You still got to go with Kenny Golladay. I mean, it's hard to say no, but it's a gamble because he's not 100% healthy and he may miss another week or two. It really depends on your team. If you're in desperate need of depth, Travis Fulgham is healthy, but I just don't know if you could not roster Kenny Golladay.
Eddie Easy or Terry R. Fuller, Mike Williams, or T. Pope. I'm still going with Fuller. Even with the weather right now, I'm still going to go with Fuller. We will reevaluate in the morning. As of right now, I am still starting Fuller. Easy Eddie 32. Hi, 6-3. First place, 12-team PPR, Brady or Wentz. I've got Wentz higher than Brady.
Barely.
I got Brady higher than Wentz.
I got Wentz higher.
Wentz higher. Okay,
I got
so Jake's
by
got
one spot.
Higher. I've got Brady 1 spot higher. Mixon, Sanders, Montgomery, Gio, Gallman, or Pollard at running back. Julio. Oh, he's asking if he should make a trade or not. My bad. We're not picking starters. Julio, Thomas, A-Rob, Chark, Davis, tight end, Henry, stand pat, or trade. You've got Julio, Thomas, A-Rob, Chark, Corey Davis. I would float Chark's name out there and see if you can get an upgrade at running back. That's what I would do.
Yeah, Chark or A-Rob, actually. I mean, if you got Julio and Thomas still, it's just see what you could get.
You could go either or. If A-Rob nets you a better running back, then you can go that route too. Rocky McGuire, Duke Johnson, Edmonds, Miles Sanders, A.B. Fulgham, Deontay Johnson, Jacoby Myers, Fournette, pick 3. Definitely going with Miles Sanders. Definitely going with Deontay Johnson. And definitely going with Duke Johnson, baby.
I was like, wow, he's not even going to say his name. I'm going to have to call him out again.
Troy Morgan, do I say A-Rob for Curtis Samuel? This is the same thing I'm telling everybody right now. Unless you have a top 12 option to start over Allen Robinson, keep Allen Robinson in your lineup and then pick up Anthony Miller or Mooney off of waivers. If A-Rob sits, put one of them in there. Exciples, PPR, need one running back and a flex. Gio, Gibson, Kupp, and Boyd. I'm going to be playing Gibson as my running back and Kupp over Boyd. Terry R. Herbert or Goff with all of Seattle's injuries. I've got Goff. No, I don't. I've got Herbert higher this week.
I do too. I got Herbert at 6, Goff at 8.
Yeah, Galladay is out for someone that asked. Galladay is officially out this week.
You called the guy the name Exciples, but part of me on the inside is my immature side. Is it Exciples? Like nipples? Exciples?
Exit nipples?
Maybe. I don't know. The Joe Mamas. Headliners, love you guys. Watch every video. Please help. Chark, AB, Deontay Johnson, Ayuk, or Edmonds. We can only pick 2 of them. As of right now, it's going to be Chark is going to be one of them. If you want to play it safe, you go with Edmonds. If you want to gamble, you go with Deontay Johnson. Whew. Kyle, about an hour and 40 minutes nonstop fantasy football goodness.
I'm arguing with somebody on Reddit right now because he said he's not taking our advice because our production seems shitty.
F that guy.
I was like, dude, our production's better than 99% of fantasy broadcasts that you find.
Should we totally like?
He goes, 99% doesn't mean better than 99% doesn't mean anything because so few people make it in this business. I was like, dude, 112,000 subscribers.
Yeah. We should totally share his information and all go troll him.
Hold on, I'd have to find it.
Anybody else want to give somebody some crap out there on the internet?
And Reddit sucks too. Since I was shitty with them, I'm sure that people are going to start downvoting it and giving me a bunch of crap.
Yes.
But sure. Well, I don't care.
Who cares? Let's see here. What about...
It is Crispy Bacon. Are you sure this isn't you, Jake?
Are you serious? That's the person's name?
Yes. Crispy _ Bacon.
Well, that dude has issues.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Here's a good one for you, Kyle. Dane Hanks, Keenan Allen, or DeAndre Hopkins rest of season?
It's DeAndre Hopkins still for me.
As
much as I love Kanan.
Kanan. I was like, what?
He just replied and said, I don't really care how many subs you have.
We don't really care.
What an idiot.
Yeah, people are just stupid sometimes. Let's see here. Where did we leave off? Lucas Tager. What's going on, Lucas? Appreciate you. Says, I have Miles Sanders, Mostert, Eckler, and Aaron Jones. Any trade ideas for a wide receiver? I have Crowder, McLaurin, Parker, and AB as of now. Well, Parker's going to get a bump with no Preston Williams, so that's a good thing. As for trading, I mean, with Mostert hurt and Eckler hurt, you're kind of limited. There may be a team out there that's like verge playoff that's willing to take a risk that one of these guys come back here end of season. You could float, a Mostert or an Eckler out there and just see what you get back. But I would not trade McLaurin or Parker. That would not be something that I do because you need that depth right there. Let's see here. Let's see. What about Anonymous0001? Start Alshon Jeffrey or Adam Thielen. Not starting Alshon Jeffrey this week. First game of the season. Not going to throw him out there in a starting lineup as of right now. Even though it's tempting for some people because they remember what Alshon Jeffrey has done in the past at times.
Wendy's McNuggets found him on Reddit.
Of course he did. Wendy's, we had no doubt that you would be able to find him.
You're the man, Wendy's. That's are right. The man.
Rosetown Romper, Kirk or Hopkins? I mean, right now Kirk is playing better, but can you really afford to sit DeAndre Hopkins? What would you tell yourself if, Sunday evening came, you started Kirk and you benched Hopkins and Hopkins scored 30? At least if you sit Christian Kirk and it backfires, at least you can say I started my studs and I went with it. That's the hardest part right here. Sometimes we like to overthink it a little too much. Yes, Kirk has gotten the production as of late, but I just can't sit Hopkins. Aaron, I am going to butcher your last name, and I apologize ahead of time. Aaron Secarisia? Cesasaria. Kyle, help me out.
Cesaresia?
Secarisia? Aaron, we just said it like 14 different ways. We had to have gotten it right at one point.
I'm just going to call you AS from now on.
AS.
I just looked the wrong way again.
That's right. McKinnon, Lindsey, or Emmanuel at the flex. I'm going to go with Lindsey this week. Rye Mara. Love the vids, guys. Devontae Parker or AB. I'm going with Devontae Parker. No Preston Williams.
DP over AB.
Yes. That's exactly right. Then Joe Cotting throwing out the 5-bomb donation. We appreciate that, Joe. He says, pick 4 in a PPR. Singletary, Drake, Davis, Rager, Mooney, Dallas, James White. I'm effed, is what he says at the end. I didn't add that. I didn't add that. He added that. So he needs 4. Mike Davis is going to be 1.
I don't mind these options. Rager, DJ Dallas, Mooney.
And Mike Davis.
And Mike Davis. I actually don't mind that, Joe. I don't think you're effed at all.
No, I think...
Yeah, you've got some low floors there, but you've got some really high ceilings, man.
Yeah, I mean, do I look at that roster and be like, heck yeah, I'm going to win? No, probably not. Do I look at it and be like, do I have a chance? Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we've seen Kalen Ballage be a top 5 running back in fantasy football. Who's to say that the likes of a Darnell Mooney can't be a top 5 wide receiver this week? I mean, it's just so all over the map. You always got a chance. You're not effed yet. Fly Eagles fly. Hey guys, love the show. Keep up the good work. Definitely appreciate it. Well, we appreciate that. Need a flex. Gibson, Edmonds, Deontay, or Rager. Man, that one's tough because I think Edmonds has a safer floor with Gibson. Deontay Johnson and Rager maybe a slightly higher ceiling. If it's me and you want to play it safe, I go with Gibson. If you want to be a little bit more ballsy, then you go with Deontay Johnson. And then need a wide receiver out of Godwin, AB, Cooks, or Fulgham. I'll check the weather before kickoff in the morning and make sure that Brandon Cooks should be okay. If that weather is not crazy horrible in Cleveland, otherwise if it is, then I just go with Godwin and cross my fingers. Anthony Denicola. What's going on, Anthony? Says trade Jerry Jeudy for Marquise Hollywood Brown. No, I would much rather have Jeudy at this point because Lamar Jackson doesn't look like he knows how to throw the football all of a sudden this year. Adrian S. Pick one out of Lindsey, Gordon, and Darrell Henderson. That's going to be Philip Lindsay for me this week. Avi Velasquez traded Zeke and Tyler Lockett for Aaron Jones. Thoughts? You gave up a lot for Aaron Jones. Giving up Zeke and Lockett. I understand the move with the struggles of Zeke. Giving up Zeke and Lockett. A little expensive, but if you have the wide receiver depth, hopefully it doesn't hurt you too bad. Matthew Palmer picked 2 between DJ Dallas, Edmonds, Kirk, Duke, Johnson, and Rager. Well, we know Duke's going to be one of them. Out of the other one, it's going to be DJ Dallas, Chase Edmonds, or Christian Kirk. If you want to play it safer, you go Edmonds. You want to shoot for a little bit higher ceiling, you go Kirk. Nas. Love Nas. Half PPR flex, Emmanuel Sanders, Ballage, or Mooney. Ballage is probably the safest option there. If you want to gamble, if A-Rob does sit or is limited for this week's game, Mooney should see the increased target share, and he becomes a lot more of a high-risk, high-reward gamble if you want to take that gamble. Scar17S, trade Robinson for Joe Mixon.
It's hard to with Mixon still missing time.
I mean, we all expected him to come back after the bye week, and when he didn't come back after the bye week, everybody's kind of going, uh-oh. Like, this just isn't good. So I don't think I could do that just yet. If he was getting limited practices in and he was still being ruled out, I would feel better. But he's not even doing that. So that's a problem. Brendan Bonney. Pick 2, Mike Davis, Fuller, Chark, and Ayuk. Let's see here. So Chark is going to be 1. Fuller, if the weather isn't horrible. If it is and you want to play it safer, then we go with Mike Davis. Ramtin Nasihi. Pick 2 in a PPR, Moore, Thielen, Landry, and Chark. It's going to be Chark. Oof. That's tough. I'm going to go with Chark and Moore, but I don't love it. J.A., something like that. Is Zeke RB2 for the season? Still have CMC, Davis, and Sanders. He's an RB2 for sure. He just doesn't have that high ceiling anymore. I wouldn't get rid of Zeke. I would just expect less. And I mean, heck, especially if you have CMC and Mike Davis and Miles Sanders, you should be fine. You're just not going to have that high ceiling that a lot of us had hoped for earlier in the year. Whew.
We're getting through it. Hey, chat, I'm just going to do a quick plug here real quick. Quick plug. After the live stream is done, as we do in other weeks, I'm going to head over to Headliner Gaming, and I'm going to be streaming there for a little bit. Now, I will tell you this. I got the PS5 the other day. I have not had a chance to load Madden back onto it yet, so I can't play Madden tonight. I'll have to load Madden back on it this week, so hopefully we can do that next week. But I am going to hop over. The boys and I, my squad that I'm typically run with, we're going to run some Warzone over there, play some Call of Duty. I'll try to go back and forth between the chat a little bit. I probably won't be able to answer a ton of fantasy football questions. So if you're looking to only talk fantasy football, probably not the best if that's what you're looking for. But hey, if you want to watch some killer gameplay, if you want to come hang out for a little bit, the after party, as I like to call it, head over to Headliner Gaming. Hit that sub button too while you're there, man. We're trying to get to 1,200 subscribers right now. If we could do that, you all would be the bee's knees, as I like to say. I've
That's
literally never said that before in my entire life.
Well, I would probably recommend that you never say it again, if I'm being totally honest. But
We're at 1.16 thousand subscribers right now. If anyone's in the chat right now and you have not subscribed to Headliner Gaming and you like video games, if you could head over there and hit that subscribe button, I'm going to pin a comment right now with that. Would really appreciate it.
yeah, I actually went and like put everything back together so I could actually start playing Kyle. I'm not set up to be on camera yet, but I'm getting close. I even set up my PS5, so it's all wired up.
The
and ready
people
to go.
wanted you to play Warzone the other night, and you didn't.
Well, there was an issue with that caused me to not do it. That we had to end the stream earlier.
Oh, that's true. That was that
So
night. I forgot about that.
That played a part. But no, I'll get on there too. I'm going to run some Madden because there's a lot of people out there that need to be used and abused on the Madden football field, if you know what I mean.
Well, considering I lost to a drunk Chris Kennedy a couple of weeks ago, I probably should never go near it ever again.
Yeah, probably not. That's
Officials jumping in with a question. Pick 2 PPR.
Officials or fishies?
Parker. Fishies. Did I say officials?
You said officials.
Fishies. That's Chark and Cup for me. Dev Deep Banjere. Full PPR. Pick 2 from Thielen, Jefferson, Shepard. I have Shepard and Jefferson over Thielen this week. Lamar or Breeze? I'm going to go with Lamar barely.
It's close. I got Lamar at 7, Breeze at 9.
Yeah.
It's closer, though. I mean, Lamar's still got a safe floor. Lamar doesn't suck by any means. He's just not what people thought he was going to be based off of last year's numbers. He's still a solid QB1. He just doesn't have that ceiling like a lot of people have, expected here. That's why we tell everybody. That's why we don't draft quarterbacks so early. Think about all the people that drafted Lamar Jackson early, and then look at what you could have gotten with Justin Herbert at the end of your draft. That's
Anthony Denicola, start 1 and 1 flex spot. Judy Kirk. Oh, it said Chuck. I'm assuming Chark and Aguilar. I'm going to go with Aguilar and Chark. Kirk might be a little bit safer than Aguilar. If you're wanting to be a little bit safe, then you can go with Kirk over Aguilar.
Yeah, that's what I would do. I would do Kirk and Aguilar.
Or Kirk Fisted and Waffle 22.
Wow.
Standard pick 2, Thielen, McLaurin, Higgins, or Judy. I'm going McLaurin and Higgins. 2 running backs, McKinnon, Lindsey, Davis, Bernard, and 1 tight end, Hawk, Jimmy, or Dallas. I've got Hawk higher at tight end. 2 running backs, I'm going with Lindsey and Davis there since it's standard. Wide receivers already answered that one. That's one. It's going to be McLaurin and Higgins. Avi Velasquez. Wide receivers are Ridley, Thien, Diggs, and Galladay. Running backs, Connor, Edmonds, and Eckler. Thoughts on Zeke and Galladay or Aaron Jones now? I don't mind that trade looking at your team now because you had so much depth at wide receiver. You can make that move.
Yeah, it makes a little bit more sense.
ZZ, Edmonds, Swift, Judy, Chubb, Samuel, Higgins, pick 4. Higgins, Samuel, Chubb, and then Judy, Swift, or Edmonds, Jake?
I'd probably lean towards Swift by a hair.
Swift probably. Judy might be a little bit safer if you need that. Geo got bands, pick 2.5 PPR, Claypool, Ayuk and Kirk. That's Ayuk and Kirk for me. Rosetown Romper, roll with Brady or pick up Breeze off of waivers. I would roll with Brady. I've got Brady at like 8 right now.
Yeah.
I expect him to bounce back. Black Market, Jay Jefferson, Mixon, Hurst for CMC 7-2. Wait for the playoffs trade. Jefferson, Mixon, and Hurst for CMC. If you have enough depth on your bench, not bad. But if you didn't have a lot of depth, then that probably could end up hurting you.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing is if you have the depth, then yeah, go for it because Jefferson's somebody you probably got late off waivers. Mixon, I mean, you're getting CMC and Hurst as long as you have another tight end.
J.A., pick 1 wide receiver and 1 flex. That's D.I. Deontay Johnson. Dang it. Deontay Johnson, Chark, Moore, Dobbins in a non-PPR. That's going to be Deontay Johnson and Chark for me.
Yep.
Richard Cannon, love the show. Pick 1 running back in a PPR, Moss or Lindsey. We're going with Lindsey this week.
Yes, we are. Saw a question from Travis Thompson out there in the chat. Says, hey, did these guys answer stuff in the chat? Yeah, We've been doing it all night long, Travis. We try to get to as many as we possibly can. You can see how crazy the chat is. It's impossible to get to all of them, but we try to get as many as humanly possible. We got about another 5 minutes or so until we get out of here. It'll be 2 hours for a stream, heading up to 11 p.m. Eastern time here. But like Kyle said, they'll be heading over to the gaming channel. You can watch Kyle go over there and run up some Call of Duty Warzone, get some kills in before the evening ends.
We're at 1.17 now. Can we get to 1.2 thousand subscribers tonight? Can we do it, chat? Can you help your boy out?
Yeah, help Kyle get there to 1.2.
I stream almost every night of the week. Jake makes fun of me because he feels like I have a weird, bad obsession now.
I don't know if I call it a weird bad obsession. I just said you had an obsession. I didn't say it was weird or bad.
Hey, being super real talk right now, we're really close to being able to apply to have monetization on that channel as well. So, I mean, that's definitely something we want to push and do during the off season. So when we don't get to hang out with all of you during the off season in this format, we'll be there over on the gaming channel hanging out. So, but we don't leave here. Okay. We don't leave. No. Just keep in mind, if you're subscribed to the channel, we put out content all off season long. So when football gets done, that doesn't mean you disappear. You stick around.
That's right. TJ Schumann, our boy TJ, one of our patrons out there, he says, hey, boldest take for tomorrow. I feel like my take on Philip Lindsay was about as bold as I could possibly be without being crucified at this point.
That's a pretty bold one.
I have him at RB12 right now, which is pretty bold for Philip Lindsay. So I don't know if I can go much bolder than that. I'll have a horrible Sunday because people will light up the comment section if I go any bolder than that.
I'm going to be bold and say Antonio Gibson is a top 5 running back.
Wow.
Against Detroit.
I mean, I can totally see it. It would not. I mean, Antonio Gibson is talented. I mean, he just needs more touches, more consistent touches. That's the biggest issue there.
And you know who was on Antonio Galloway? I just gave it away.
You did. You gave it away.
Who was on Antonio Gibson before anybody else? Our very own Matt Galloway.
Yeah, no, he was sending tweets out about Gibson. It may have been like on draft night. I mean, he was talking about this kid and his talent. He was right. I mean, he hit it. Matthew Correa, should I trade Fulgham now that Rieger's back? I mean, it depends what you could get for him. I would shop him. Everybody should always pretty much be for sale. Just put it out there for an offer and see what you get back. Just don't give them away. Just see what you can get for it.
Did we answer? Oh, Matthew Correa. That's what you were just answering.
That's what I just did. Yep.
Jeremiah Pantos asked again because my phone died. Marquise Brown for Austin Hooper to replace Tunyon. Thanks, guys. Ha ha. I mean, I don't mind it, to be honest with you. Hooper is probably going to be pretty safe the rest of the season with no OBJ now.
Yeah, is he going to be what Hooper was last year? No, but he's going to be better than Tunyon at this point.
Bola Gabriel, Hunt, Hooper for Sanders. Yes, I'll take Miles Sanders there in a heartbeat. Also, Chark, A-Rob for Terry and Cup. Yes, take Terry and Cup.
Yep, agreed.
Robert Williams, I traded Gurley for Zeke. What do you guys think? A lateral move.
I think so. I don't know if you got any better. I don't know if you got any worse.
Yep.
Zeke's obviously underperforming. Gurley's not performing great, but he's finding the end zone a lot. So it's not much of a difference.
All right, Jake, this is what I'm going to do. We're live for another 2 minutes. I'm going to pop out the chat and I'm going to go through and I'm going to answer a bunch of questions. Okay. You can sit back and relax for the next 2 minutes. Edmonds, John Brown or Gio, pick 2. I'm going to pick Gio and John Brown. Homer or Jamal Williams in a PPR. I'll go with Homer there. Gio Johnson or Godwin or Deontay Johnson or Godwin from Alejandro Camara. Moss or DJ Dallas. I'm going to go Godwin over Johnson and DJ Dallas over Moss. Need a flex, Ryan Nall, Jacoby Myers or Josh Reynolds. That's going to be Nall for me. Landry or McKissick in a full PPR. McKissick. Pick 2, please. Hopkins, Woods or Samuel. It's Hopkins and Woods. Edmonds or Duke. It's Duke. Who wins the trade? Robbie Anderson and Travis Fulgham for Josh Jacobs and Devontae Parker. Give me that Josh Jacobs side. Carr or Locke. It's going to be Carr for me. Jacob for Henry trade, I would take Henry over Jacobs. Juju or Fournette, it's Juju. Hi, guys. Which 3 this week for my wide receivers? Thielen, Woods, Chark, and Parker. It's Woods, Chark, and Parker. Mike Davis, Antonio Gibson, or J.D. McKissick at the flex. Give me Antonio Gibson. Parker or Evans? Parker. Gordon or Bernard? I'm going to go with Bernard. Hey, guys, if Drake is hurt, Drake or Edmonds in a full PPR? Well, if Drake is hurt, it's going to be Edmonds. Godwin, Thielen, or Christian Kirk? It's going to be Godwin for me. Deontay Johnson or Chase Edmonds? Deontay Johnson for that upside. Curtis Samuel or T. Higgins? T. Higgins. Landry or McKissick in a full PPR? McKissick. Mike Williams or Landry? Mike Williams for the upside. Hooper or Hunter Henry? Hooper. Gio Bernard or Edmonds? Gio. Matthew Palmer. Keep Chris Carson and Galladay in a PPR. Gibson, Girk, Dallas, Edmonds. I mean, if you have Carson Galladay on your bench, just keep him for now because you're not going to get much for him anyway. And if the other one is about picking somebody, I'm picking Gibson over all of them. Breeze or Wentz, it's Wentz. Pick 2, Duke Johnson, Darrell Henderson, Josh Jacobs, Mike Davis. It's Duke Johnson and Josh Jacobs. Cooks or Jefferson? Give me Jefferson. Duke Johnson or Mike Thomas? Oh, well, that one's Mike Thomas. Vince, I think you're messing with me here because I said I would pick Duke Johnson over everybody. D-Hop or Woods? It's D-Hop. Curtis Samuel or Robbie Anderson? Barely Robbie Anderson for me. Mint if Drake is active. Drake or Edmonds in a full PPR? Oh, if Drake is active, I'll still go with Drake. Lamar or Goff? It's Lamar barely for me. Gurley or Zeke? It's going to be Gurley. Burkhead? Question mark. I mean, if you're really that desperate, you can. How long will Kenny Galladay be out for? They believe he will be back next week or the week after. Melvin Gordon or DJ Dallas? Oh, man, I'm going to go with DJ Dallas this week. And Jake, that's 11 o'clock.
Wow, and you flew right in there for Mitchell Minkoff, too. I mean, I was a little surprised. You just flowed right into it. Absolutely.
Boom! Right in there.
Okay, I don't know. You went off camera, so we don't. Did you just dab?
I just hip thrust.
Wow.
Wait, did we miss anybody?
I
got Matthew Palmer, got Mitchell Minkoff. Jay Ace has lost Kittle, but have Dwelly Reed and Logan Thomas. I've got Logan Thomas higher than any of those. Deontay Johnson scary. Or Godwin Moss. All right, I already got that one. So we're caught up on Super Chats now.
Perfect. Well, hey. Hopefully everybody enjoyed their Saturday evening with us. I apologize that I am not feeling 100%. I would be lying if I was telling you I was sitting here like totally ecstatic right now. Like I'm just not. I am ready for bed. But we greatly appreciate the support. You guys came in here. There was some energy in the chat. We got to interact off and on with you guys for the last 2 hours. And it's great. It's week 10 of fantasy football, and it's still great to see over 1,000 people at a time here in a live stream for over 2 hours long. For myself and Kyle, I know we appreciate the support that you guys continue to show us. What did Anna just say? I'm glad I was focusing on the chat so I didn't have to witness the hip thrust.
I wonder why she put it in quotes.
That's a good question. Maybe she didn't see any thrust.
2 things before we leave. Hit that like button. We're 5 likes away from 1,000 likes. So if you can hit that like button real quick, please do that. 4 likes now. Also, there's a pinned link in the chat for Headliner Gaming. I'm getting ready to go over there. Going to be live here in the next 10 to 15 minutes. Head on over there. Come hang out with me for the rest of the night. We're going to be up late playing some Call of Duty. I'll be interacting with the chat. I'll try to answer some fantasy questions if possible. Okay. I'll do my best, but if not, at least come over and hang out and let's have a good time the rest of the evening at the after party.
Yep, absolutely. Hit that 1,000 likes. We appreciate that. Hopefully everybody had a great week this week. Hopefully everybody catches a dub tomorrow in week 10 of fantasy football, and we look forward to week 11 next week where we'll be coming back once again, 12 shows a week. We're not stopping. We're going full bore until week 17. We're past the halfway mark, Kyle. We've been grinding for a while, but we're past the halfway mark. We're not going to stop now. This is when we make our run to win a bunch of championships. So we greatly appreciate all the support out there from you guys. Hopefully you have a great rest of your weekend, a great Sunday. Enjoy some football.
Oh, Eric Avalar, real quick in the chat. Traded Jay Taylor and Jay Cook for Lockett. Thoughts? Absolute win for you, Eric.
Yes, absolutely. Trading Jonathan Taylor now in what seems like a season-long league, I don't hate it whatsoever. But yeah, I was just getting ready to say, hopefully you guys have a great rest of your weekend. And for myself and Kyle, we'll talk to you later.